aim for the top like, hello. Yeah, I can never doubt myself, I know better. All of you critics be acting like you know better. Blowing the smoke, but I know when the dust settles. I'm in my element, it's evident that this level to the game. All of those top nights I got there, breaking my back to make it out. Got me feeling like rain. I ain't never need your help, I know you wishing me well. A penny for your thoughts, but seeing no change. I snap for the sun like Diddy. The riches got a mad ass son, I'm like Billy. I ain't never switch up, whole team with me. But known for my city like OAGZ. Set the pace as long as you finish. Consumers find a way inside your business. Babble if they try to dabble in it, and they hate the fact that they may have to witness. You try to aim for the top like this, and you're in your element with a fire like this, and they hoping you fall and they praying you miss, but it's all in the risk. I got you with the switch, you know. I'm in the zone. Give me the throne. One shot, that's all that you got. That's all that I know. Foot on the gas. 155 on the road. You can be a friend of me, an enemy. Keep that same old energy, 'cause I know I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. Keep that same energy. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. Flow is like water. I'm forced through the fire. I'm feeling like gold. Gotta stay grounded, stay down to earth. Following God and you grinding. You do as you told. I don't work to make you like me, but I'm front and center. Word to Spike Lee. And God came in the nick of time. They think I'm crazy, well I might be. Let's run it up, run it up, run it up. We beating the odds just to sum it up. You know it's a rap, never waistlines, and I'm cutting the weight like a tummy tuck. That mean I'm about to give it out right now. You see what's coming down the line, I never pipe down. I give 100% and be trying to stun on my enemies. In my element as crazy as that might sound. I'm in the zone. Give me the throne. One shot, that's all that you got. That's all that I know. Foot on the gas. 155 on the road. You can be a friend of me, an enemy. Keep that same old energy, 'cause I know I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. I'm in my element. Ooh, yeah. Keep that same energy. I'm in my element. Never switch up. Never switch up. Never switch up. Never switch up. I'm in my element. Never switch up. Never switch up. Never switch up. Keep that same energy. I'm in my element.
Yeah. Salute, 18P. What's good? We back at it with another one. It's another plug-in. It's another segment, another episode. And it's definitely fight week. We've been waiting for this week for I don't know how long. Felt like forever. I don't know. It really did feel like forever, man. This fight right here, this week's fight week, maybe one of the biggest fights of the year. I'm sure plenty of people inside of in the room would just argue with me right now and say, "What do you mean, maybe one of the biggest fights of the year? Are you crazy, Clay? What do you mean, maybe the biggest fight of the year?" I hear you. I hear you, man. I'm just saying the year's nowhere near over. We're halfway through the year, about to roll into the 8th month of the year. Well, no, the 7th month of the year, right? So we are in the 6th month of the year. And at this point, yeah, this fight may be the biggest fight card of the year, right? We've got time in front of us. And look, we had some fights this year already. You know, we had Teofimo Lopez and Shakur, right? We've had some fights. I mean, David Benavidez put a one-sided ass whooping on Zurdo Ramirez, but still a great fight, right? I mean, so we got time this year. But this one right here, without a doubt, from the moment it was announced, 100%, I was dialed in, ready to go. I wanted to see this fight more than I wanted to see the Virgil Ortiz-Jaron Boots Ennis fight. I thought the Jaron Boots Ennis Virgil Ortiz fight was going to be more of, you know, it was going to be more of a flat-footed stand in front of you, you know, whoever punches on each other harder type of situation. You know, this one right here is cerebral at the highest level, without a doubt, right? We're going to talk about that today for sure. We're definitely going to talk about Jaron Boots Ennis versus Xander Zayas. We are also going to speak on other topics today, right? Obviously, outside of that, we have an undercard on that card that is people are sleeping on. It seems like, at least, as people, I've heard people complaining about this undercard, but we want to break down the whole entire undercard. We're going to specifically focus on Emiliano Vargas, the co-headliner on this card. And without a doubt, no coincidence, ladies and gentlemen, that both Emiliano Vargas and Xander Zayas were in the halftime show for the Puerto Rican, well, for the Super Bowl, right? With the big performance with Bad Bunny. this makes complete sense with what Top Rank's trying to do, trying to come back harder than they ever did. They were out of the game for a little while as far as having a network deal. They were streaming on Facebook. They were streaming on Tubi, and they want to really kick it off the right way, right? I mean, we had a great fight earlier this year, a little collaboration between O'Shaquie Foster and Raymond Ford, and they kicked off a little something for Keyshawn Davis. But this one right here is going to be a big extravaganza. So without a doubt, looks like they're trying to push these guys together to have these guys on the same card as much as they can. Emiliano Vargas brings his own type of energy to the space, right? He brings his own type of fan base. He brings that family legacy. He brings that Fernando Vargas legacy with him, and he's been showing up and showing out ever since he hit the scene. So this fight that he's going to have on this card here will be his biggest challenge up to date. But after this fight, what does Emiliano Vargas have to look forward to? I mean, he's number 2 right now in the WBO rankings at 140 pounds. So he's literally right there in the conversation of potentially getting a title shot next. So you got to think, if not a title shot in his next fight, which I'm not saying he'll get that for sure, especially considering he's in the WBO rankings. We know Shakur Stevenson is a champion there, but maybe a title eliminator, top 10 fights all day, at least at this point, depending on this performance against this well-to-do contender, right, that he'll be fighting against. So we'll talk about Emiliano Vargas as well on this segment today. We'll also be building a little bit on the rumors circulating in the space today about Gervonta Tank Davis peeping his head back into the room. He sees a lot of things are shaking up in the space between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. Guys, you remember a year and a half to 2 years ago, this time, the biggest conversation was probably Gervonta Tank Davis versus maybe one of your favorite fighters, whether it was Shakur Stevenson or even making it on the list of a Devin Haney when Bill Haney put that list out, putting out Gervonta Tank Davis as one of those guys. This is a fight. He is the dance partner to some of the biggest fights that boxing can possibly make, right? Now, Gervonta Tank Davis has been gone and out the way and dealing with legal issues, and we see him pop up here and there on something on social media very rarely, but look, he's peeping his head back in the game. And of course, Gervonta brings a little controversy. He brings questions and concerns. How do we read it? He gets on social media. He's on a burner account. How do we even know that's literally him on that burner account? It is what it is, right? So what does it really mean? Especially right now, while Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney seem to be in a very back and forth public negotiation going on Twitter and social media, it's just hard to read the room. Devin Haney has a mandatory supposedly on the back end of Gustavo Olivieri, Olivieri, I hope I said that correctly, making the announcement that this mandate was coming soon. So he'll be at a crossroads shortly, making a decision as to whether or not he's going to keep his belt with the WBO and fight his mandatory, which would be Keyshawn Davis, or does he vacate the belt and take some opportunities that maybe are bigger, right? With the other Davis, Gervonta Davis, is that a bigger opportunity for Devin Haney? I mean, who's going to pay for the fight? Is Devin Haney going to return to negotiations with the PBC again? The last time Devin Haney got into negotiating with the PBC, Rolly Romero, that didn't end so well, right? But deal fell through the floor. All types of rumors, or even Bill Haney coming out on certain media platforms stating that, there was no money on the table. There was no guaranteed money there. And after all, these guys are prize fighters, but Gervonta Tank Davis is a bird of a different feather, right? He's not like a Rolly Romero. He does bring put asses in seat. He does kind of lock in a minimum amount of pay-per-views being sold. So does this deal with Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis make more sense? Is Devin a little bit more willing to bet on himself and bet on what Tank is going to bring to the table, which is a very cult-like following, right? Super crazy fan base that is always looking forward to hear Gervonta Tank Davis' name, no less see him inside of a ring. We'll see how that pans out. We'll talk about that a little bit more, of course, on the show. It is part of the news. Also, we will be talking about Moses Itauma and Filip Hrgovic. They rolled out with the first press conference. This heavyweight fight right here is going to be a big deal. I mean, this year, maybe one of the biggest heavyweight fights we had, in my personal opinion. And no, it wasn't Alexander Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven, right? That wasn't the one for me. I think it was probably Fabio Wardley and Daniel Dubois. This one seems to have that same energy around it, right? You're just expecting a real throwdown. Filip Hrgovic understanding the assignment. He knows what it is that he wants to see. He wants to push Moses Itauma more than anybody else has pushed him, right? Moses Itauma, Filip Hrgovic speaks on the press conference, says he's been coddled. He's been given everything he has. He hasn't earned everything the way he had to earn everything. He's going to truly be a litmus test for Moses Itauma. And on the other side, Moses Itauma, last time we saw him in the ring with Jermaine Franklin, we saw what he did to Jermaine Franklin. Nobody's done that to Jermaine Franklin. I don't need to hide my feelings about it. You know, I think Moses Itauma is the truth, but that's just the odd test, right? That's the odd test. Well, we're talking about a real litmus test this time around here with him and Filip Hrgovic. Filip Hrgovic isn't Jermaine Franklin. He's not an old, expired Dillian White, right? He's not any of those fights that Moses Itauma has been in before. This right here is going to be a true litmus test as to how we look at Moses Itauma. Is Moses Itauma the next up? He's number 1 in 2 sanctioning bodies and top 5 in the other 2. So he's right there on the back end of this win right here. He's probably going to go up even higher in the sanctioning bodies that he's not number 1 in. It's just a matter of what Frank Warren decides to do with Moses. What's the title that they send him? Do they send him after Frank Sanchez for a vacant? Do they send him after Gutayev in the for a WBA? Do they send him at the winner of Fabio Wardley and Daniel Dubois, the sequel? Do they send him after maybe in the G Caballel? Right? What do they send him? Right? It is what it is. So a lot of options there, but we got to figure out who's who and what's what. Then, of course, I want to talk about and we'll probably talk about this first once I bring up Angelo. I want to talk about Jalil Hackett versus Sergey Derevchenko because I'm gonna be honest with you, this fight right here, I don't think people are really recognizing that this is legitimately fight of the year candidate worthy energy right here. A huge opportunity for Jalil Hackett to show and prove here on the biggest, I don't want to say the biggest stage, but on a huge stage, right? Opening up the main card of Edgar Berlanga and Richardson Hitchin and whoever they're fighting, right? And this fight right here, Sergey Derevchenko bringing in that veteran experience. I mean, he's really been in the ring with some of the best fighters in and around 160, 168 pounds. He shared the ring with some of the best fighters and ran it with the best of them. He's a little long in the tooth at this point, around 40 years old. Coming down to 160, this is an opportunity for Jalil Hackett to really make his name known here in the middleweight division. On the back end of a victory, and especially a dominant victory, we're going to talk about this fight right here because I think that fight right there is primed to steal the show. Now, you guys know we support Jalil Hackett here. He comes on the show, but in all reality, we're going to talk about it a little bit because when you look at who Edgar Berlanga is going to fight against, when you look at who Richardson Hitchens is going to fight against, really Jalil has the real fight here on that main card. He's going to set the tone. Him and Derevchenko will set the tone for that evening and might arguably be fight of the year candidate when it's all said and done. So guys, take your time, hit the like button as you're stepping into the building, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. We're on our way to 4K, 4,000 subscribers. So we're down to the last 40 or so subscribers. So let's make it count, guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, take a moment to go ahead and do that. Tell a friend and tell a friend, and definitely hit the like button as you guys are stepping into the building. Hit the like button for sure, right? Let me go ahead and do a quick little roll call here. Sam from Jersey in the building. First one in the building, of course, says, let's go. Let's get it. Just what we've been waiting for, no doubt. Ill Will, 85 in the building, says, Xander not overlooked. He's a good prospect. Clay, hey, man, listen, man. We're going to talk about that as well, right? Max Kellerman on Monday on the show was talking about how 154 does not have a champion. You know how Max Kellerman is and where he stands on these sanctioned body belts. He doesn't recognize these belts as the true titles of the division. He only recognizes the Ring Magazine belt. He only recognizes that as a true champion, and we know we do not have a lineal title holder at 154. But that being said, Xander Zayas comes into this ring a unified champion, holding 2 of the 4 sanctioning body belts that are recognized in the 4-belt era undisputed conversation, right? But yet he comes in as a real hard body underdog. And just like Ill Will just said right now, he's a good prospect. That's so interesting, right? Because here he is coming into the ring unified and defending his titles, and he's still looked at as a prospect. I mean, I think that's an interesting conversation. And Ill Will, I'm be real with you. Like, I kind of feel you a little bit, right? Like, there is an argument there to say that he's just really crossed over into a contender lane. He's a prospect. He's a contender / prospect to a degree based on experience, but he is the champion in the ring. And how does Jaron Boots Ennis on the back end of beating Xander Zayas, does Jaron Boots Ennis get in the conversation of becoming pound for pound? That's the conversation that's been spinning through the space. That's the conversation that's been spinning in my mind. I'm thinking this fight is going to produce a pound for pound fighter, but how do we produce a pound for pound fighter on the back end of a prospect being involved in a fight? I don't know. Think about it. I'm sure we'll talk about it. I'm really going to ask Angelo how he feels about that as well. Xander, not overlooked. He's a good prospect, Clay. That might be nasty work, Will. That might be nasty work. Shout out to Kalia World in the building. Says, hi, my brother. I will be back. Looking forward to see you when you get back, Queen. What's up? What's up? My brother King Blake in the building says, peace to the gods on earth, guidings and blessings. Clay and Angelo, what up? Why I deal with? Why I say? That's it. That's it. That's what's up, man. Talk of San Diego in the building. Throws the big deuces. Peace to you, man. Billy Cruz in the building, straight from Puerto Rico, says, salute, Clay, from Puerto Rico. From the Puerto Rican black kid. Oh, shout out to the melanin, gifted in melanin Puerto Rican, darker than the average bear. Salute to you, man. Peace, Clay. Is there any free to? Peace, Clay. If there's any free to. Akeem, I'm lost, but salute to you, brother. Put it back in the chat so I can know what you're talking about. Talk, as he says, hit the like button. He's a smart guy, bro. You should listen to Talk of San Diego. He's always dropping them jewels, man. Yeah, man. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it, man. Let me see here. It's fight week. Let's get it. Heavy Chevy guy in the building says, salute, Clay. Salute to you, fam. Okay, hold on. I think we back at it. King Blake says, any free time you can shed some light on the WBO president clarifying Keyshawn standing for the mandatory. Let's cook again if you can. Any free time you can shed some light on the WBO president clarifying Keyshawn standing for the mandatory. Has he said more stuff since the last time? Has there been an update, or you just weren't here on Sunday when we broke all that down and got all into the video? I don't know, Akeem. I don't know. The link will be out there a little bit later, so definitely you can present the question maybe a little bit. I don't know if you just didn't see it or whatever have you, but Coach Eddie in the building. Salute, Coach Eddie. Long time no see, Georgia. Albert Rial in the building says, Xander ain't no prospect. Talk to him. He's holding 2 belts. Yeah, I know people are changing their mind, but not me. I'm still for Xander. I believe he's going to do it. Like Mike Tyson says, muscles don't win fights. Baby. I know that. Yeah, man. Pugilist Nick in the building says, salute, Clay. What up? What up? New York Bullet in the building says, what up, Clay? What up? What up? What up? Ill Will says, Xander prospect holding belts for Boots to come pick up. Oh, man, you guys going to learn at some point that you cannot expect people to celebrate your fighter, to hold up your fighter as one of the best in the game, and you're discrediting his dance partners. That's just not how that works. Greatness does not come off the back of prospects. Pound for pound does not come off the back of beating up prospects. No. Greatness is challenged by great fighters, and until Boots gets in the ring with a great fighter, then he's going to warrant the criticism, right? I mean, I'm just saying, think about it, right? Think about it. Pugilism says Haney chasing all avenues while selling the public that all roads lead to him. Fans can't recognize the difference. Boxing chessboard shaking up. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, man, because Haney is shaking. Seems like he's shaking the bushes a little bit, trying to find that next big opportunity. But look, Gervonta Tank Davis seems like he doesn't like all the attention, all the movement that's happening in and around divisions that he fights in, and he's not in the conversation as well. We got to talk about it, man. We got to talk about it, man. Is Gervonta Tank Davis finally willing to come to the table and make the mega fights for the fans, especially for his fans, right? But for boxing, I mean, for the payday, I guess, at the end of the day. How many options does he have? The last time we saw Gervonta Tank Davis in the boxing space, he was getting ready to fight 195-pound Jake Paul for the biggest bag of his career. Fumbled that bag. He dipped out and has been gone for a little bit, dealt with some legal issues in between that time. And now he's back looking for a big fight. The WBA's on his neck talking about your mandatory is going to be Floyd Schofield Jr. Pressure for him to vacate his titles. So he's always been the type of person who said he's more a prize fighter than anything. So is he finally, is it come to that point for him where the only big money fights left for him at this point are the Shakur Stevensons, are the Devin Haney's? Is there nothing else left for him behind a pay-per-view model that is dying? Some might consider dead on CPR, on an EKG machine, to say the least, right? On a life support system, to say the least, at this point. So is he finally getting to the point to where he's ready to entertain these fights that the fans have been asking for years? I don't know, man. Sonny Chiba in the building says, this is proof Devin for sale. Oh, soon as Tank whispers they go for the highest bidder, was never about Shakur. Oh, man. Sonny Chiba, man. Oh, man. Sonny Chiba talking, man. You know, shout out to my brother Ness. I was on the Boxing Voice yesterday. If you guys didn't see me there, I was getting cooked, y'all. I was just trying to speak the truth. But, you know, you got to know where you at sometimes, right? Of course I knew where I was at, but is that going to stop your boy Clay from spitting that shit? Hell no. We're going to talk about it wherever we at. If you ask me, be prepared for the answer. If you're going to ask me, be prepared for the answer. And, of course, I shared the answer, and I gave my truth from the way I see it. And, hey, man, Sonny Chiba, I don't think we're far from each other as far as what we're seeing and what's going on here. But we'll talk about it. I'm sure we'll end up going into that as we talk about this whole entire Gervonta Tank Davis situation. It is in the news. Shout out to Welcome Down Van Houder in the building with the Clay. Cheeks, I don't know if I said salute to you, man. For that Cash App you sent. I think you did it while the show wasn't on. Maybe Friday it was. I don't know when it was, but I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I saw on the Cash App that you hit me with a little something to keep it moving, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate all the color that comes in the chat, all the donations that come in through the Cash App. I appreciate it all, man. I appreciate it, man. Let me see here. Yes, Moses is the next Ali. What? Wait, Moses is the best heavyweight on the planet. Are we being cynical, Cheeks? Yes, Moses is the next Ali. Cheeks, are we being cynical? Are we being cynical right now? The next Ali? Cheeks, you're a funny guy. Isaiah Wallace in the building says, big up, Rain, no doubt. Welcome down, Val says, Angelo, best co-host in the game, no doubt, man. I got to co-sign that, man. No doubt, man. Sonny Chiba says, just subscribe, bro. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Let me see. Mine Yours in the building says, salute Clay Moore, the Rain Man. Shout out to you, man. Coach 88 says, Xander is a title holder in my opinion. There you go. You got to do something. You can't get Boots flowers on the back of no damn prospect, man. It is what it is. Flexing and stepping in the building. Hey, flexing, stepping, man. King says, what up, Clay? It's Philly time to shine, man. No doubt. There you go with the he got a Ness right there with the bulletproof vest on there. Brother Ness over there at the Boxing Voice, man. Tyler Walker Divine in the building says that's because if Boots got belts of the same name as Xander, he'll be slandered. Did you do that on purpose? That's because if Boots got belts off the same names as Xander, he'd be slandered. You made that rhyme on purpose. You're a funny guy, bro. I don't know, man. It is what it is, man. The Nigerian Nightmare, 12 in the building. Big Africa in the building. Why I deal? Oh, why? I don't know how to talk. I was literally about to go Jamaican on you and add an O at the end. I feel horrible that I was going to do that because I know you looking at me like I know this dude did not just try to. I know y'all put an O at the end of everything y'all say. Like, what's good, oh? Where we go, oh? You know what I mean? But I try to do it with the Jamaican accent. I'm embarrassed. But shout out to the Nigerian Nightmare in the building, man. I appreciate you staying around anyway, man. Even though I completely just played and muddied the water with the culture, man. My bad, brother. It is what it is, man. Pugilism says I got five on draw, 5 to hedge on Xander, money line and leaning on Boots, split decision win. Okay, you playing it safe. You trying to get a win one way or the other, I see. One way or the other. Sam from Jersey said, I heard some Jalil Hackett disrespecting the Boxing Voice yesterday, and it made me feel some kind of way, man.
You want it to be one way. What? You want it to be one way.
Man, I don't want it to be one way. Stop saying that.
What is the other way?
Yeah, man. Shout out to TVV, man. We'll talk about it a little bit with Jaleel, man. A lot of people, and it ain't just about TVV, it ain't about Ness, but a lot of people seem to be very I don't know what the energy, whether it was nervous, whether it was cynical, whether it was, but I didn't see the support for Jaleel the way I would have wanted to see the support, right? I mean, he is going into a big fight here, but man, this is a long time coming opportunity for Jaleel Hackett. And like I said on the show yesterday, Jaleel Hackett was there, campaigning for an opportunity to become the WBO champion against Brian Norman Jr. before the Devin Haney situation developed, right? He was campaigning to go against Xander Zayas, right? Before Xander Zayas, who's in the main event this weekend. He was trying to get those big fights. He's always been hungry and ready for the big fights. He's had 3 fights at this point at 160 pounds. We're really like catch weight 156 and some change. This one will be at 160. If you've been following Jaleel Hackett, like I've been following Jaleel Hackett, you know that he's been cutting weight, fighting in divisions, killing himself, being a depleted version of himself. He's never been the best. He's never shown the best. He's never had an opportunity to show the best version of himself because he was doing all that weight cutting. Now he's at 160. He looks great, right? Just look at Jaleel Hackett a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and look at him today. He's a different animal. And obviously we all here, everybody here is familiar with Coach Bernard Hackett and Jaleel Hackett, and we know how hard they work in that gym. I just think these guys are ready and primed for this moment. I think this is the perfect time and the perfect way to roll themselves out and announce themselves to the world, man. It's a huge opportunity. Yeah, I would have much rather seen some more support, more excitement about the opportunity. You know what I mean? Nothing to be nervous about. The only thing I'm nervous about is, are they ready? And if they're telling me they're ready, then I'm excited. Because already Jaleel Hackett and already El Negro Mexicano is a problem, man. I don't care how you want to look at it. It is what it is. Let's see here. Yes, today, Akeem Blake. Okay. I didn't see it. You know what I mean? I didn't see it, man. Billy Cruz says New York shit. No doubt, man. Flexing and stepping. Let me see if anything I'm missing here. Lonix 5, the GOAT says, yeah, you can't say nothing at the Haney. I can say something. Am I going to be embraced for it? That's another conversation. But as long as I got this mic, I can say something. I'm going to say something, damn it. Please believe it. Let me see here. Bruce Gas Boxing, Jazz, and more. The scholar in the building. OG was good, man. Bruce, man, maybe you might come up a little later when we throw that link up. Today, by the way, we are not doing 15 people on the panel. I'm letting you know right now. So probably the max I'll do is 2, and then we'll rotate as people jump in and want to get in there. Somebody going to have to get off. I can't manage all of that ruckus, man. It's too much energy, bro. So we're going to manage it a little different today, but we definitely going to get the people speaking, man, without a doubt, man. Let me see here. A boxing channel that talks boxing, not narratives. I'm here for it. Hey, yeah, bro. Yeah, man. It is what it is. It is. Nigerian Nightmare laughing at me. I know you laughing at me, bro. I deserve to be laughed at, bro. I deserve to be laughed. I can't believe I tried to bring in the Buju Banton on the back end of Burner Boy. What was I thinking? You know what I'm saying? What was I thinking, man? Pugilism says it's because Jaleel calling out Haney. I know. I know what it's all about, brother. I got my feelings. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Let me see here. Who else am I missing here? Lock189, the building says a lot of DMV fighters, big names included, know that Jaleel Hackett is a problem in them sparring sessions firsthand. Talk to him, man. We're going to talk about it, man. Jaleel going to get his damn flowers, man. He going to get his respect over here because we know better. We ain't just fanatics or fanboys. We know what we know. We do understand what we're looking at with Jaleel Hackett. And I think we're going to talk about it. So I'm going to wait for my guy to come up here. I got to wait for Angelo. I don't even want to go any deeper because I got to wait for my guy Angelo to come up here. Because I know Angelo, if he saw it, was like, the audacity. It's the audacity for me. It's the audacity for me. That's what it is for me. I know. I have a feeling he's going to say something like, I don't quote me. He'll be up here in a minute and we'll see what he says. But I think if I had my Angelo voice, just think audacity for me, but with the Angelo voice. You know, with the laughing, with that crazy smile, but audacity for me. I think it's going to be something like that. Ridiculous, bro. I am 444 in the building. Yo, 444. Oh, God. Oh, man, I couldn't do nothing, man. I wish I could have said something, done something, but, you know, When people get in their bag, they got in the bag. Shout out Triple Four, man. He tried to pop out and drop some knowledge on the panel yesterday, and he got shut down. He got shut down, man. Yo, shout out to Ness. Let me tell you, Ness is, don't let Ness rub you the wrong way. He's a good dude. You know what I mean? He's always been solid. But when it comes to certain topics, zero tolerance. And when it comes to Devin Haney accountability, zero tolerance. He will not have it, though. He's not trying to hear it. You came up there trying to talk some shit. He wasn't gonna let it happen. Trust me. I saw you trying to push it, but I didn't think he was gonna kick you off. I thought y'all was just gonna be arguing, but he got tired. He got tired. Super Galaxy God Star in the building says pocket knives fall. Yeah, bro, I'm lost. Don't know what that means. Shout out to Jail Sham Wagner in the building with the $10, man. Put love, put some comment, man, with no text message, just showing love and supporting the grind. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you. God bless you, man. Thank you, man. Marcus Logic KO in the building says Devo's gonna want to fight Tank because he got the weight advantage, just like with Shakur's. But getting him to fight Keyshawn, who's a mandatory, is gonna be a problem.
I know.
Oh. Ray Davis says, Clay, what about Shakur accountability? This ain't the people's court, brother. You guys are doing a good enough job holding them accountable. I don't need to do it. I told you guys already. When you go into a room and the whole room is holding one fighter accountable, what does my voice mean in that conversation? I don't need to hold Shakur accountable. You guys are doing that. No, I'm going to speak up for Shakur and hold down his position and say, hold on now. You might not agree with it, but here's the other side of the conversation. Here is the other side of the conversation. We need to talk about that part as well. Because when you're in a room where 9 people out of 10 people are talking about one side of the conversation, if I join the 9, what are we doing? No. Shout out to Max B. I'm going the other way.
You want it to be one way. What? You want it to be one way.
Man, I don't
want
know
it to
what
be one
Man,
way.
stop saying that.
That's all I'm saying. Heard? Let me see here. Toledo Treese in the building that says, shout out to Ghana. Let's get this W at 4 against England. No doubt. Shout out to Ghana for sure, man. Let me see. Super Galaxy Garcia says, you know, like Claymore Reigns pocket knives fall. It was a terrible joke. Never mind. What's up, Clay? Yeah. What's up, Super Galaxy? Glad to see you in the building, man. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to put this back up when I bring Angelo and Ray up here. Let them have a swing at it. See if they can kind of swing it to me a little bit better. I don't know about the Claymore Rain pocket knives, man. It is what it is, but I appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you being here, man. Cheers. Okay, let me see if I'm missing anything. Ill Will says Shakur doing what he's supposed to do 100%, man. Ray Davis says, I just want the truth. I just want truth, not anyway. LOL. Shut up, man. He about to come up here and give me hell, man. Shout out to my guy, Ill Will, man, with the super chat. Shout out to Ill Will with the $5. Boots ain't getting credit. Never does. Pound for pound, 2 times unified. Fight week, gotta set the tone. Boots by KO, 6 to 9 rounds. Hackett at 160, going to do the work. No doubt, man. I appreciate it, man. I ain't mad at you. All right, guys, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Get your popcorn. Get your drink. Go to the bathroom. Get your ass back. Sit in the seat. Tell your favorite friend to subscribe to the channel. Tell your wife to call her friends and tell them to subscribe to the channel. Tell them we on our way to 4K. But more importantly, get ready to dial in and lock in on this conversation, man. We got so much boxing to talk about. And before we get any further, let's do Ray Davis, Angelo Reyes in the building. Yeah, 2 times, 2 co-hosts, 2 round of applause. 2 round of applause. You know what I'm saying? We set it off. I'm in a good mood, man. I'm in a good mood this fight week. It's hard for me not to be in a good mood, gentlemen. This week last week and we're going to do it again this week because this fight deserves all the attention. It probably deserves more attention than we've been giving it. Xander Zayas and Jaron Boots Ennis finally about to put to rest all speculation, and it's about to be tried true. Hindsight, gentlemen, hindsight will be 2020 on Sunday. Hindsight will be 2020, and we will know who's who, and we will no longer be speculating. But until that happens, man, we got conversations to have. Moses Itauma, Filip Hrgovic kicked off their press conference yesterday. That was interesting. I must admit, Filip Hrgovic sounding spicy. He don't like the idea of him being a stepping stone. He said, I know they brought me here to lose, Frank. I know why I'm here, Frank. Yeah, I didn't want to fight this early, Frank. I wanted to make the fight late September, October. Keith O'Connell said we didn't want to fight that early, but look, we know what it is. We got August 29th. They were trying to get it for August 8th. Yeah, Frank wanted Moses Itauma to get at Filip Hrgovic as soon as possible. But look, Moses Itauma needs the experience. We don't know what he's going to do if this goes into the championship rounds, but I got a feeling. You know what I mean? But we're going to talk about that as well. Gervonta Tank Davis, he's back outside on a burner account. What's up with Tank? Why he got to do it like that? Why it's always got to be some weird energy with Tank? Why can't he just come out and talk some shit like everybody else? Why can't he do an interview with Ariel Helwani, or why can't he just have his own, go up on his Instagram and just, why he got to put a message out on a burner account called G Money, man? I don't even know if it's really Tank, man. And then on the back end of that, Devin Haney comes out. Here comes Devin Haney. He's famous for it at this point. I mean, I'm saying happened once, happened twice. Fool you, first time, fool me once, fool me twice. I don't know how it goes, but you know what I'm trying to say. I'm having a George Bush moment here, bro. I don't know how the joke goes, but you know what it is. How many times are we going to sit here and let Devin Haney come out and tell us there's a fight close to being done? That Tank wants to fight, and are we going to keep doing this? He said with Rolly, it's great. Everything is working, looks good. We good. No Rolly. He said Shakur. He had Mike Copperger come out. No Shakur. He said now he's saying Tank. I don't know. It is what it is, right? I don't know. Let's talk about it all. How are you guys doing? Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Sorry, I had to get that energy out, man.
Talking about this guy again.
Listen, bro. If he pops up in the algorithm, bro, I you know what I mean, it's our job, bro. This is what we do. What do you want me to say? Want me to ignore it?
Cool.
We either talk about it or we get bombarded in the chat to talk about it. So might as well walk right into it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Angelo, what's good with you, brother?
Yeah, man. I want to start with some shout outs, a little hot. For you guys who are familiar in the gaming world, I know Blaze Pound for Pound is familiar with it. We got Evo doing the Street Fighter tournament this weekend, and I want to give a shout out to the CEO, owner, designer, proprietor of the HERN fashion design group, the Hearn brand. My cousin Christian Hernandez is in the tournament trying to win $100,000.
You playing the game?
He's playing the game. He believes he can do it, and I'm like, hey, brother, if you believe you can do it, man.
Is it on a computer? Is it on a certain system? Like it's on an Xbox?
No, it's yeah. You bring your own controller. It's a big deal, man. It fills out. I'll tell you this: it got way more people going to that event than Golden Boy Promotions fights.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm just saying, man. It got a lot of people going to it.
Oh my God, man!
So my shout out to my cousin, guys. If you love street fashion, and you're into that type of stuff, Chrome Hearts, that type of stuff, check out HERN on it's a fashion wear Hearn brand. You guys will love the designs. Second shout out is to our OG in Raider Nation, Jose Big Daddy Delgado. I don't call a lot of people Big Daddy, but this guy's such an OG.
Don't make a habit of that.
Yeah. Hey man, this guy is everybody loves him in the Raider world. Just had an operation. He's recovering from that. Huge boxing fan. Had a conversation with him yesterday. Clay, you'll like this. He's a big Xander Zayas guy. And I was telling him how you and I break it down, right? If it goes anything from plus 300 to above that, plus 600, plus 700.
I think he's like plus Xander, 4 change right now. I'm gonna look.
It's plus 4, right? Like you would be stupid not to at least put something on there because it's still boxing and anything can happen on any given moment. Y'all remember Bernard Hopkins versus Jermaine Taylor? Remember that fight? I just want to throw that out there. Remember that fight?
But that fight, I was kind of going for Jermaine. I remember that fight.
Okay,
was like,
you know what I'm trying to say, though,
I
right?
was drinking the Kool-Aid.
Right. and that's I'm just saying. You see, this should really be closer to even money. It should really be like a minus. But so you're gonna do some crazy ass odds. People are just gonna have to take it, so. So we'll see what happens there. So shout out to Jose Delgado. God bless you, sir. Quick recovery. And my final shout out of the day, man, is a big happy birthday to my dear friend, USA Today journalist, MMA junkie, MMA Roadshow, one of the best combat sports journalists out there, Mr. Ken Hathaway. Happy birthday to you today, sir. Hope you're having a fun time wherever you're at. Maybe we'll get a chance to catch up at some point, but he lets us use his Zupa boxing stuff, Clay, from the MMA Roadshow. Ken Hathaway, man, he's a legend in the combat sports journalism world.
Salute to him, man. Salute to him, man.
Happy birthday to Ken.
Enjoy your day.
And then, yeah, man. I don't know how I want to feel about this whole you going into boxing voice, but let me tell you something right now. All right.
By the way, did you get a chance to talk to him?
I got to see it.
Did you talk to Coach?
Oh yeah, no, I know, but we're busy talking strategy and all kinds of other shit, man. We ain't worried about no haters.
I didn't say y'all worried, but did y'all speak on it like at all?
Oh yeah. I mean, just a little bit. Like I think.
Did I read it right? That's what I'm saying. You don't got to get deep into it.
Did I read it right?
Cool.
You read it right. You read it right. Essentially, look, there's a reason why FanDuel has, I think, Jaleel right now at minus 200. He's a 2-1 favorite, right? I mean, these bettors aren't trying to lose money. So there's a reason why he's a favorite. And the fact that a very popular show, shout out to the Boxing Voice, just doesn't see what FanDuel even sees. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell you, right? Like, it's just like what Jaleel said on that show. How many more times do I have to prove everybody wrong for you guys to just start believing in me now? Right? Like, but at the end of the day, the people that believe in you, and Jaleel, ATP Combat Media, we rock what you hear. We and again, FanDuel believes in you, bro. I mean, like when the odds come out, the odds are gonna say that Jaleel Hackett's the favorite. There must be a reason why. So all these opinionated people who I don't want to get too negative about it, Clay, but I'm really glad you did jump on to kind of, that energy was weird, bro. It's weird just because why are you going to tell someone he's going to, like, imagine if Devin Haney came to our show, right?
Right.
And he was supposed to, he didn't. Maybe it's because you talk so much about Shakur. I don't know why Haney doesn't come to our show. I don't know why Bill doesn't want to smoke at ATP Combat Media, right? I thought he liked the smoke. I thought he liked the smoke, right? I thought he's good with smoke. But here's what I'll say. I would never have Devin Haney's dad or Devin Haney come into the show and I'd be like, well, I don't think you're going to win, bro. Like, or make him feel a certain way like that, right? Just because I just want to be fair. So 50-50 is fair, right? But what is it I told you yesterday in my somewhat Angelo smiling eloquent phrase? I said, when you say you're nervous, it's because you're on the negative side. When you say you're excited, it means you're on the positive side. So I'm glad to see you're excited, Clay. I'm excited. You're excited. The Hacketts are excited. The community that supports Jaleel Hackett, who's going to help fill out the Madison Square Garden Arena July 26th on Zupa Boxing 9, they're excited. I don't think too many people are nervous about this, man.
Look, win, lose, or draw, I'm excited, right? But I'm more so excited because I believe Jaleel's going to do this, right? Like, I think this is his moment. I think this is what the hard work comes to. We, following Jaleel Hackett on this journey, and obviously somewhat being a part of it at this point towards the end right now as we get closer to it recently, it's hard to not believe in him. And yeah, there's a reason why FanDuel is like, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Minus 200. Because he is primed to do something special. And Sergey Derevchenko, God bless him for giving Jaleel the opportunity, but he's long in the tooth. You know what I'm saying? He's coming down from 160. He's been campaigning at 168 for his last 4 fights. He's been in some wars. His last fight was against Christian and Billy, I think it was. I'm not too sure. I'm not sure if that was his last one or not. I got to think about it. But he did. No, it wasn't his last fight. But regardless, he's primed to do this. So I don't understand why the nervousness, right? But I think that's also the traditional side of boxing who's used to protecting fighters. They look at it that way, right? They go, why are you going to fight with him? He could beat you. And they're used to talking like that, right? Like, yo, why are you going to fight that guy? That guy could beat you. It's like, what? So only fight the guys I know for sure I'm going to beat? I mean, and listen, Jaleel knows for sure he's going to beat Derevchenko. So I got nothing but excitement. That's all. Only thing that would make me nervous is if Jaleel would have told me, I don't know, this one right here, we trying our hardest, bro, but I don't even know, man. This is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be an uphill battle for me. That would make me a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
I'd be sitting there like, damn. You know what I'm saying? As long as he's ready, I'm ready to cheer more.
Yeah, and look at even the title that you put on the show, right? Zayas being overlooked. So we're talking about a 23-year-old young man who, he was at the Ariel Helwani show yesterday. I listened to the program. Xander is straight up, bro. Like if there's a lie detector test, he's telling the truth.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show me he lying.
Believes he's gonna expose Jaron Boots Ennis, right? And
if you're he's not saying it like I just got a feeling I'm gonna do it. God told me in my dream I'm gonna do it.
Right.
That's not what he's saying. He's giving you.
He's like, I'm gonna expose him. He's flat-footed.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's giving it to you like, no, he ain't all that. Let's go over his resume. What did he do?
Right.
Yeah,
He was like, when he was 23, he was fighting a bunch of bums. I'm 23, I already got 2 belts. I'm like, hey man, I mean,
he said he flat-footed. and look, you know what I loved in that moment? Because we're gonna play it actually in a minute right now. He was looking at Ariel, and Ariel looked at him kind of smiling, and he gave Ariel this look like he is. What the hell's going on here? What the fuck are you smiling about? Like, what are you smiling about, bro?
Right.
Is he not? He knows he is. What he said? He knows he is.
I'm saying all of this, guys, and please hit the like buttons, guys. Please, and don't let me scream at you later for us not having 100 likes. But I'm saying it to compare to Jaleel thing. How come it's okay for everybody to root for Zayas, who's 23, who asked for the fight? He said the reason why this Boots Ennis fight is happening is because Virgil couldn't do it, and I said I'll be your Huckleberry. I'll go do that. Well, Jaleel did the same thing. Derevchenko signed into Zuffa, and then Jaleel was like, I'll fight that fucker. I'll get him. Let's go. Let's do this. Right? You want to Keith Conley's guys? No problem. So why can't we celebrate Jaleel in the same space the way we're celebrating Xander in the same space, right? Because you even said it today, right, Clay, on the Boxing Voice. Win, lose, or draw, no matter what for Xander, you're going to rock with Xander, right?
Period.
Win, lose, or draw. So why can't we do the same? I know we are. I'm talking about the space that seems to be quote unquote nervous for
but just specifically, I am picking Boots to win that fight. I'm not gonna lie to you, you know what I'm saying? Right. But this is gonna be a great fight, and I'm not and we're gonna have the conversation anyway, because what's the best thing for boxing right now? Is the best thing for boxing, and that's gonna be a hard question, right? Because I know people are gonna come up later on the panel and really have a hard time dealing with this question. But what's the best thing for boxing right now? Is the best thing for boxing Xander Zayas to upset Jaron Boots Ennis, or Jaron Boots Ennis to become a 2-weight class unified champion? You know what I'm saying? One-time lineal champion. And that's a real hard question to ask. That's a real hard question.
You know what my answer would be? The best thing for boxing would be Xander Zayas and Boots Ennis replicate Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran, the first fight. Or it's so close that whoever wins, you got to ask for a rematch within the next 5 months.
That's definitely an option. That's like a B, C, all of the above, right?
Right.
I got to be excited for a fight like this, because you got a fighter like Xander Zayas who's doing what fighters don't do, and we want fighters to do this. If we don't celebrate these guys for putting together a fight like this, when clearly Xander didn't have to do this, he could have went the other lane. And I'm sure, I don't care what he says, because he told Ariel Helwani no, that the Top Rank didn't discourage him for it. Xander, respectfully, out of everything you said, and as much as I believed everything you said, I don't believe you. Okay? I just don't. I'm sorry. I don't believe that Brad Goodman and Bob Arum wasn't sitting there going, champ. 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 Before we start this conversation, you know I love you, right? Okay, we got that out the way. Why, champ? Why this motherfucker? No, champ, that's not how you do it. You don't even have a belt, champ. Champ, he don't even have a belt for you. Why? No, champ, no. You know what I mean? But Xander stood there and looked at them both and said, I appreciate you telling me you love me. Fuck all that other shit you were saying, though. I want Boots. You know what I'm saying? I want Boots. And you gotta respect Xander for doing that, bro. You gotta respect him for doing that. So yeah, we gotta celebrate them both. We gotta celebrate him. And if he loses, damn it, to the boxing world, I'm begging you guys, do not throw this kid to the side and start with your propaganda about I told you he's not ready. He's this. No, that's not what you do, bro. You celebrate him, you prop him up, and you inspire this next generation to do the same damn thing he did. Challenge himself and let him know that the old don't make everything.
Exactly.
Right. And I want to land my plane on this, Ray. And I know we've been being Clay. It's been a two-part conversation. We want to get you in it. But I want to land my plane on this. We interviewed Jaleel. We were the first interview. We were the first channel. Jaleel trusts us, bro. What did Jaleel say when I asked him that question about how do you feel about the fact that Zuffa tends to put whatever level you are pretty hard? Like everything is hard, right? Like
who you are.
Yeah, exactly. There is no building up process. It's like, hey man, you this level, or you can fight a little higher, which is what Jaleel's doing. Like, I want to fight a little higher than what everybody thinks I am or whatnot, right? And what did he say? And he reiterated it even with some swag on the Boxing Voice. But when he said it to us, he basically said, what's the point of doing this if you're not trying to go for the best? Like, I'm trying to go for the highest level because I want to find out early in my life if I'm good at this or not. And if I'm not good, then I can get out and go be good at something else, right? That's some real shit, Clay. So for people who keep calling Xander Zayas prospect-ish or whatever you want to say, this guy's a unified champion at 23 years old. He's undefeated. How many more fight do you? I mean, like, that's the reason why you guys were hating on me when I kept saying Jaron Ennis last year should have already been on the pound for pound list. Because you guys keep saying, I'm not talking about you and Ray, I'm saying the rest of the group who hate on me about this, they always go, well, he hasn't really fought anyone. So which one is it, Clay? Which one is it? Like, do we let them fight who they should fight like Xander's doing and Jaleel's doing? Or then we praise them win or lose? Or do we praise them if they're undefeated at 50-0, right? But they ain't fight nobody. Which one is? I'm confused, Clay. Which one is it?
Bro,
100%.
Is Brandon Lee good? Is Brandon Lee good, Ray Davis? Right? Look, the motherfucker's 32-0. This is the first time he's gonna get on the main card big stage. Is he good or is he not good?
Angelo, you so right. I can't even spin it where I want to go because Clay gonna be like, I told you, Ray. So I'm gonna leave it where I'm at, where you're at.
But spin it. So by all means, spin it. Go ahead.
Okay, listen. He gave me the green light. I was as I was listening through other channels, I heard somebody tell me that what's his name? Jojo Diaz, right? I think I told Clay this. Didn't age well as a fighter. So I clearly said, and well, did Pedraza age well for your favorite fighter? Because essentially it's
there's a spin, Angelo. Ray know how to spin it, don't he? He gonna spin the shit out of that one, but go ahead, bro.
I just have to ask myself the question, right?
That's a good one, though. I like this spin. This is a good spin.
If we have to do as you just said, Angelo, and keep asking, are they fighting the best? Are they doing this? They need to fight the best. Let's get the best. Then we can't nitpick weight classes, and this is not the score thing. Just trust me. We can't nitpick weight classes. We can't nitpick this clause or A side, B side, drug test, whatever the case may be. We got to stop doing it. And I mean not us only as fans, but the boxers too. Make the big fights happen. Get in the ring, whether I support you or not. If you're doing it, stop it. Just get in the ring. Make them happen. You know what I mean? Championship boxing is what it's called for a reason, because you go out there to fight for the championship. If we're going to sit there and keep landing our planes on beating up bums and and guys that we just want to hold a whole community against us because the more they hate us, the more they watch Floyd Mayweather. No disrespect. Then hey, do what you do. If it's successful for you, go for it. But I understand where you're coming from 1,000%, Angelo.
No doubt.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just think as a community, right, Clay? And I had to spend, we had a good 2.5-hour show, you and me, on Sunday. We do Jaleel. And, I had to go. I had to leave. I got doctor shit, living the transplant life. I couldn't believe, bro, that you were on for like another 2.5, almost damn near 3 hours. And it was all Shakur Haney. These two MFers aren't even fighting, man. Why are we still? And then you have to go on the Boxing Voice and I don't think you got cooked. I think what you did is what I often do, which is y'all going to talk on one way. I'm going to talk the other way. Because otherwise, it's not entertaining if all three of us are agreeing on something.
100%.
Right? What's entertaining about that?
I got cooked.
How did you get cooked? Tell me how you got cooked.
You got fried.
What was the factual evidence that got you cooked?
Thrown in the back.
No. Explain to me how you got cooked. Because when you were even trying to explain the whole weight bully thing, you were answering a question. You didn't say Haney was a weight bully. You said, do you want to know why he has an asterisk? It's because everybody else says this. But you said, like, I mean, like with Haney, nobody could use the weight bully thing with me and Haney because I'm like, it's not, if you can make the weight, it's not weight bullying.
Look at this guy was the number one cooking. He was cooking me.
I love Stock.
I love me some Stock. I love Stock. But Stock came up there. You know what Stock did? When I'm like, yo, I'm not going to do this with you. He said, all right, man, I'm going to talk to everybody else then. Or you damn, he was cooking me any damn way. He just said, take your name out of it then.
And Stock Chaser knows ATV Combat Media is a down-the-middle show. How many times have we done shows where we talk so highly about Devin Haney, the accomplishments he's made?
I'm going to tell you, let me just come into this space and tell you exactly what it is. Now, we all know that people are supporters of Devin Haney, including us. We support Devin Haney, right?
Yes.
But what people don't understand is I'm not into bandwagon riding, and I'm not like I said to Ray before. If 9 out of 10 people in the room are talking one way, I'm gonna talk the other way, bro. Right. Because somebody got to speak for the other side. So people like, why aren't you holding Shakur accountable?
Yes,
you guys are already doing that.
Yes.
I don't need to do that. You guys already doing that.
By the way, we would do that. Yeah, we would. If this was if it was like, let's bash on Shakur or you know what I mean, like whoever it is, we're gonna go the other way, right? So we would do the other narrative if it was the other way around. It's just that in particular. I don't know why you think you got cooked, bro. I mean, nobody really gave any factual.
No, I'm being sarcastic. I'm being sarcastic. I'm saying no, I got cooked. And but by the way, what I was gonna say is, I got cooked because it's not about me being wrong or right. I got cooked because I was in the lion's den, right? And I knew. Listen to me when I tell you this, right? I knew when Rico asked me that question, I had to make a choice in my head.
Okay,
I had to go. How am I going to carry this? Am I going to tell my truth and speak on what it really is? Or am I going to, because I knew I was going to get attacked. I knew I knew I was going to get attacked, right? You know what I'm saying? I knew for a fact it's almost like a kamikaze. It was like a suicide mission. You know what I'm saying? It's a suicide mission. You're going in there knowing you ain't coming home. You know what I'm saying? I'm going in knowing I ain't coming home. I ain't coming home, bro. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to knock down as many motherfuckers on my but I know the finale, though. I know how the movie ends, you know what I'm saying? But we're doing it anyway because we got to stand on business. You know what I'm saying? I got my credibility, my reputation, and I'm not going to talk one way over here and then go over there and tuck my tail. Nah, bro. So I took it. I knew what was coming, man. I I'm glad. Look, I survived it. I'm here today.
I'm laughing because when you said that, I just thought Independence Day. You know what I mean? Him driving the plane into the spaceship, talking about tell my kids I love them. You know what I mean? Like, yo,
that's it, right?
Tell my kids. Going against the aliens, Ray. Is that what Clay was doing? He's going against the aliens.
Earth. Yeah. Yo, just talk about me later, bro. Remember me, man. Remember me, bro. I'm doing this so you ain't gotta do it, bro. Right. I'm doing this so you ain't gotta do it.
Right. Well, listen, I laugh because I've been on this side of the street forever. I know exactly how Clay feels, and I actually explained this to Frequent Flyer when I was talking to him, or Flyer Frequency. I was explaining the same thing to him. I'm like, listen, we've been in Lions Den. Dank Father in the chat. Stock Chasers in the chat. We've been in the Lions Den. That's all we do is we get bullied and pillared and thrown on stage. We understand. But now it's our turn. And not understanding, that's why I try to explain it frequently. Not understanding where Clay is coming from, let him have his moment because he's not speaking false truths. He's just speaking the angles he wants to speak. And as long as and those are truths, right? We may not agree with it, but where's he saying anything wrong? If you can prove he's saying something wrong, prove it. You can't.
That's all you got to do.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's listen, I laugh. I think I was telling Clay how I got kicked out of the channel was pretty hilarious, right? So I love it. But I'm going to say straight up, I still think this whatever fight happens. I don't like the fact that there's too many arguments amongst the people. So when Stock Chasers was asking me about drug stuff and all the stuff I've mentioned, I'm talking about the fan base just always using excuses of things to happen, which is Clay is talking about, right? Sometimes we use excuses to win our arguments because they're out there and it's the easy thing to go to instead of building our own conversation and explaining things, expressing it. Now, when you use the truth, use it to counteract, as Clay said, I'm a great counter puncher, counteract these dudes' arguments. Bro, what'd you say? Oh, JoJo did it, and he what? Oh, what about William Spada? Oh, get out my chat. You're done here. Okay, I must have touched a nerve. Thank you so much. I had a blessed day.
No, it's about the fights. It's about the fights, bro. It's about making the fight. Shout out to Sabi. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Whenever there's a conversation about why a fight shouldn't happen, I'm going to probably poke my head in and piss somebody off, right? Because the fight needs to happen. It's going down, bro. That's what ends the conversation. That's what's the real needle mover in the conversation is the damn fight. That's until that happens, we're going to be arguing back and forth about nothing, bro. So nah, bro, don't knock the fight down. Don't dismiss or discredit the fight. Do anything but that. Because if you do that, I'm gonna come in there and be like, what are you talking about? No, they gotta fight. That's what they gotta do. They gotta fight. You know what I mean? And shout out to Shakur and Devin Haney, two great fighters. As far as I'm concerned, the business is the business. I don't get no money. Hurry up and figure out the business so we can get to the fight. Shakur said, I'm with it. Devin seems to be with it. There is an elephant in the room called Keyshawn Davis. You're gonna have to deal with that one way or the other. You're either gonna fight him or you're gonna vacate that title and fight Shakur. Whatever you decide to do, let's get it done and let's hurry up and make a fight happen. When the smoke is clear, let's see a fight happen when it's all said and done.
Jake Prince allows it to be both, then he can get both.
Well, here's the other thing too, gentlemen. I mean, there's actual fights that are doing press conferences and are being talked about and are being said. So why are we doing the Housewives of Atlanta and talking about the drama of, I mean, like that, like what's one of the subjects Clay did in his monologue today? Tank Davis, bro. I don't want to talk about jailbird, bro. Like, what are we doing?
Damn,
okay,
bro,
I'm just saying, like, do I respect Tank as a sensation, as a fighter?
Right on
yes.
time, frequent.
Okay, yes. But here's the thing. When's the last time we saw this guy fight?
Well, let's talk about him now, damn it. Let's talk about him now. Go ahead.
Right on time.
But my point is, you had to even say it on the monologue because
you're not covering it. And if you're not covering it, you're doing the channel disservice because it's there. And then you're gonna have the chat going up. Or what about Tank? So, you know what I mean? You gotta cover it. So it's better just to go at it.
So get it out the way. Here's my little thing on it, right? Does it really make a difference if Tank switches to Jose Benavidez Sr., right? Okay. And number two, when you fighting, bro, like when are you?
When are you? Why it matters. It does matter.
Because now you're talking about Devin Haney in a burner account, if that even is you. Like, what are we doing? Ray, what are we doing, bro? This is crazy.
The method of this, bro.
The real news is Jose Benavidez. It ain't Devin. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because of David Benavidez. And because they're both PBC fighters. And there's a campaign and a game plan to make those two guys on the same cards. The same way they got Xander and Emiliano Vargas. They want to match up Tank Davis and David Benavidez. That's what they want to do. They want to bring Tank on these cards. But here's the issue. Because I think PBC is coming to the zone, right? The issue is, are they going to have the budget to make to have both those guys on the same damn card. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to have the money to be able to pay these guys the millions of dollars they're going to need to have them on the same card. That's what it comes down to. So that's what I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen. Also, I don't like, I said it a couple days ago. I don't like Tank not being with Calvin, bro. I don't like Tank not being with Calvin and Kenny, bro. I just don't like it, bro. It just doesn't look right, and it doesn't seem like it's going to end right for him. What's up with that? What the hell is up with that? Why are you doing this? What's going on between Tank Davis and Coach Calvin Ford and Coach Kenny Ellis? I don't understand that situation. That dynamic blows me away. Is there a problem? Calvin, every time he's on the microphone, repping Tank. Tank about to do something special. We getting ready. I'm waiting for him. What's going on? Why are you over there with Jose Benavidez, Sr.? He don't even. What's going on? I don't know. It is what it is. That's that's the question I pull. I don't like it.
I love it. So, as you would say, Clay,
why you love
all these dudes trying to swing around and make Ducks money, you know what I mean, over there in the McBolt at McManor in Duckburg, New Jersey, wherever the hell they are, Baltimore, I don't really care. Hilarious. Yeah, the Tank thing has to be talked about. I think it's funny that when you need attention, you go after one guy, don't move the needle. You go after another guy, it moves the needle a little bit. And we ain't see the third guy yet. He started talking about Hitchens and stuff, but seems like he's trying to move a needle there too. Tank is starving for attention. He's been left alone. Like you said, Angelo, nobody cares. I'm not going to call him the JB, though. That's crazy. But let alone, who cares what he's doing, bro? You want to be relevant so bad. You know what I mean? You want to be relevant so bad, but yet you just can't leave these guys and let them do their thing. So you had to intervene. I feel that same energy he did with Conor Benn when he tried to steal the fight from when Bill was talking about fighting Conor Benn back in 23. And then he decided to negotiate with Eddie Hearn. Like, oh, it's fake. I was just joking. So this guy just, listen, man, if it is him, let's just say if it is him, because it is a burner account, respectfully.
And why does it got to be a burner count? I mean, that's crazy. That's another thing, right?
That's crazy in itself, right?
It just started off with games, and it turns you off. It turns me off. Like, immediately it turns me off because it's like, why are you playing that kind of a game? Why are you doing the burner account thing? And why are you doing this, bro? And why are you coming in with A-side energy already? Oh, you're going to do this and you're going to do that. Bro, you've been gone, bro.
What did he say about Clarissa, right? Why are you using my picture from whenever I got my makeup done, blah, 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 blah. Because I couldn't, what do you say? I couldn't find a pug or a Frenchie. I couldn't find a Frenchie.
That was kind of funny. That's kind of funny.
I'm sorry. That's just disrespectful, bro.
That was kind of funny. That was kind of hitting. That kind of went left. I laughed and I stopped laughing because I was like, hold up, man. Respect my sis, bro.
Yeah. I was.
Hey, damn it.
It was a little, like you said, Clay, it just came in a little hot, bro. Everything was hot, left, right.
It threw me off.
Flying.
It threw me off. You caught me off guard on that one. It caught me off guard.
He threw so many bullets and darts in that room. You ain't know what was landing, what was sticking, what was hitting, bro. Because I'm telling you, this guy came in, what's his guy named Keanu Reeves. He came in just shooting, bro, in the room. Matrix. He just came in shooting all the Mr. Smiths. That's it.
Not listen. It's lit, man. It's lit. The Tank fans have been relit. The boiler's been relit. They did the prime fire. I heard the tank go off in the basement. It went click click click, man. I was like, what's going on? The tank, the boiler went off. You know what I'm saying? It was like the Freddy Krueger movie. All of a sudden, the flame went on in the heating room. The Tank fans are primed and ready. The content's gonna start rolling out. The channels are gonna start buzzing. 500 people in the building. You know what I mean? Cheering Tank on. But I just hope when it's all said and done, though, it ends up in a fight.
Right. All the drama as long as it ends in a fight. Right? That's fine. You want to use drama to sell a fight, make sure there's a fight to be sold. Right. Otherwise, I'm not here. I don't go onto ATP Combat Media so we can talk about drama. It's not called BATP Combat Media. Drama.
They came out the bomb shelter, bro.
It's not called drama at this point, Clay. Right?
The husbands of ATP Combat Media.
You know what I mean?
Come on. Okay, so I'll say this last thing. All right. Okay. I'm going to agree. Shout out to Mr. Van Houter. I agree with his idea. look, Floyd, he looks like Netflix is out. They're using that money on top of the money they're going to use anyways for Fury versus Joshua. How about we just, Dana White just said this a couple of times on post-fight conferences. I think he said it again this last Saturday here in Vegas for UFC Fight Night. He said, it's not me against Matchroom. It's Zuffa against everyone else, right? Like in terms of the boxing world. So how about we do that card on Netflix? Tyson Fury's supposed to be signing to Zuffa. So Tyson Fury, Joshua, that's Zuffa against the Zone. Tank Davis versus Haney, that'd be Zuffa against the Zone. And then Benavidez against Jai Pataya. That'd be a Zuffa versus the Zone. Like that's three big Zuffa guys. Shout out to Mr. Haney.
We can go Jalil Hackett versus Amari Jones. You know what I'm saying?
Bernard's down for that.
There's a couple of things we could do. There's a couple of things we could definitely do. So I'm definitely feeling that energy, man. That's right up Turkey's alley. So anyway, let's talk about what's going on this week. We spent about an hour doing all this other stuff, and we got that out the way. As far as the Tank Davis situation is concerned, I'll land the plane and say I don't believe nobody. Okay, I don't believe Tank. I don't believe Devin. You know what I mean? I don't even believe Shakur. How about that? Y'all happy? I don't believe nobody, bro. Make a damn fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe no damn body. That shit means nothing to me. It is what it is. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes here, right? Well, no, let's do one more fight on the undercard and get to meat and potatoes. Emiliano Vargas is going to be on this card co-headliner, right? Emiliano Vargas he's what I call a golden boy. I always model Oscar De La Hoya's presence in the game, right? He's a good-looking, young Mexican fighter. The Mexican community is backing him up. He's knocking people out. He's got legacy with his father, Fernando Vargas Jr. And he's number 2 in the WBO rankings. This is a big fight for Emiliano Vargas. Now, this is one of those careers that we see with the odd test that he has a lot of power, but he hasn't fought nobody. Who's he fighting? And what's this guy's name that he's fighting on Saturday? What's his name again? Does anybody have his name? I could look
Bryce
him up.
Mills. Bryce Mills, Clay. Bryce Mills.
Bryce Mills. And what's my guy's record?
Bryce Mills.
I know he's like one loss, all right? He's got like one loss. Hold on a second.
22 wins, 1 loss.
Right. How many knockouts? I think he's got like hold on. He's got 9 knockouts. So this is a boxer. You know what I'm saying? This is a boxer. Where he coming out of? Coming out of New York. Come out of Syracuse. New York.
Liverpool, New York. Cherokee, yeah.
On the back end of a victory in this fight here, does Emiliano Vargas become a contender? Is this the fight that makes him a contender, or is he still a prospect? Because at this point, Emiliano Vargas, in my opinion, needs to become a contender. That's my whole thing.
I mean,
he needs to become a contender.
Yeah, this is the whole thing with us and Brandon Lee, who's fighting this Sunday, right? I'm assuming on Thursday we're going to do a whole Zuffa show because of the Sunday card for the Zuffa boxing. This weekend's stacked, by the way. The Zone card stacked on the 27th, and then Paramount Plus is stacked on the 28th. So, but Brandon Lee, undefeated. He's got over 30 wins already. So are you telling me that's your trajectory Emiliano Vargas is doing, bro? He's 17-0 right now. Or does he want to follow in the footsteps of Xander Zayas? Xander Zayas only got like a few more fights than Emiliano. He already got 2 belts, Clay. He's already fighting someone who should be on the pound-for-pound list. Like, when will we see Emiliano do the step up, right? And then again, I'll go full circle on this. Jalil Hackett already got the 1 loss, split decision, controversial, but it's also because Jalil, it's because Jalil's willing to step. So when are we going to see Emiliano willing to do that, right? And I'm not even going to say it's Emiliano's fault, more so than, like you said, maybe Brad Goodman and the rest of the guys are like, hey, baby, we want to hold you back. So how many more holdbacks, Clay? How many more holdbacks? Because who the hell is Bryce Mills? Who's Bryce Mills' best win, Clay?
Let's see here. Bryce Mills' last fight was against Julio Rosa, 11-6. I mean, honestly, this guy's been kind of propped up, man. I mean, Tobias
Best
Green. This will be his best. He comes in with wins, you know what I mean, and one loss, but he doesn't come in decorated in any kind of way. He's 24 years old. He's a young fighter. He's gonna make Emiliano Vargas work in a way that Emiliano didn't have to work in his last fight. Emiliano Vargas ended up going the full length of the fight. You know what I mean? I think that was his first time, right? Who did he fight in his last fight? He fought Quintana. Quintana took him to, he stopped him in the 9th round. How did he end up stopping him in the 9th round?
No, he stopped him.
He did?
No, he stopped him. The corner stopped it.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, yeah. All right. Well, that part.
So,
here's
what I was saying too, Clay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Odds makers tend to know what they're doing most of the time. So what's the odds for Vargas versus Mills? I'm just curious. You got a 22-win guy, and then you got a 17-0 kid. What's the odds? What's the odds say?
I don't know. It can't be that good.
Someone tell me, like, FanDuel, what's the odds for Emiliano Vargas? Because I'm sure he's the favorite. I'm just curious as to how much he's the favorite.
He is. I got all types of stuff popping in. Just want to advertise. Let me see here. I don't even see him on here. See, I see Xander.
So they're not even doing bets?
Yeah, I don't think they got no bets here. Hold on a second.
DraftKings not even doing bets, Ray, for Emiliano Vargas' fight. That's diabolical.
Oh, here it is. Minus 1450.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Time out. Stop it. Minus 1,450 as a favorite? Bro, Jaleel Hackett is a minus 200 as a favorite against Derevchenko.
Damn, bro.
Right? So they're basically telling us this is the free portion of the DAZN card in where the A side will kill the other guy. Right? Like, that's basically what they're telling us.
And he's the co-headliner.
Yep. And he's the co-headliner, right? And I'm saying this to land my plane and say, someone earlier asked, hey, what do you think of Jahai Tucker versus Yuri Cedeno? I think that's going to be fight of the night. That's what I think. Jahai Tucker is a bad boy.
So
He's one of the most talented kids out there right now. He's a youngin'. I hope he lands somewhere with somebody soon. And Yuri Cedeno, bro, that powerhouse, that power puncher from the Dominican Republic, he ain't no joke either. So that's
funny you said that.
Should be, if we're gonna do any type of young co-headliner, it should be that one, right?
Right.
Because even like shout out to Popeye Rivera, right? And I know a bunch of people are gonna do, other than you and me, Clay, a bunch of people are gonna do this whole, oh man, I don't know, it's a tough fight. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. It's because you guys don't give enough credit to how good Ben Whitaker is. So stop playing with Andy Lee. Stop playing with Ben Whitaker. Ben Whitaker's not coming all the way to New York to have a close, tough 10-round fight. He about to knock this boy out. I'm going to give him round and a half, Clay.
Damn.
Round and a half.
I'm going to be real with you. I got it inside 5. Inside 5.
Inside 5's fair. Inside 5's fair. But no, man, Whitaker ain't playing with his food. You're not going to see him dancing around.
People like, yo, this Popeye guy. And I was like, hey, bro, he cleaning that boy up. I said, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, he's folding him up. He putting him away. He folding him and putting him in the top drawer, bro. He getting him out of there. They're like, oh, well, you know, I think somebody said they wanted to bet over 6.5. I'm like, I'm telling you, he packing that boy up. Now, I'm not, listen, I'm just giving you the heads up. He's packing him up.
Yeah, and you know what it is? It's that narrative that you guys used to kill me about. Oh, man, I don't know, Angelo. Your boy Ben Whitaker, he got on a wheelchair. Look, man, can you let the past go? Because ever since he started training in Ireland and he started being with Andy Lee, this Ben Whitaker is the killer everyone's been expecting since winning the silver medal in the Olympics. This is the same guy who then beat the shit out of Kataev, and Kataev is Ring Magazine number 6 right now. And you know why Eddie Hearn won't put Kataev in the ring with Ben Whitaker? You know why. You know why. All right? So, come on, man. Stop playing with this kid. All right? Don't let me get on a high horse and tell you that Ben Whitaker can take on David Benavidez. Don't let me do that. All right? So,
before you go there, because that'd be crazy. I don't think, especially considering he's not even in light heavyweight division anymore. But that being said, though, Ben Whitaker still needs to be confronted with adversity. And I don't know that this guy's going to do it. So although I expect Ben Whitaker to make short work of this guy. He's still going to have the questions looming over him because until he shows us that he deals with adversity better than doing some Royal Rumble WWE antic side suplex outside the ring shit to get out of the fight, that question is just going to float. It is going to be the.
I just want everybody to. I agree with you, Clay. I just want everyone to keep the energy the same. Where if you're saying that this is a tough fight for Ben Whitaker, then don't come back at me. Who told you Ben Whitaker is going to put this boy to sleep?
I'm going to say this. I'll say that this is a step-up fight for Ben Whitaker. I won't say it's a tough fight. I think it's a legitimate opponent that can pose some looks for him. That can give him different options in the ring. Popeye Rivera is not an easy go-to. You know, the guy I think he had an upset recently on a fighter that he was supposed to lose to. And he came up, you know, and he outboxed the shit out of kid, man. I think he got
the shit out of Badu Jack. They messed up the timer. And really he should have gotten that win against Badu Jack a long time ago. Right.
Regardless, he's not a bad fighter, bro. Like he's a
good fighter.
He's the thing, though, Ray Davis. No, but here's the thing. The guy that Ben Whitaker just knocked out in the first round, that guy's not a bad fighter. That guy took Lyndon Arthur to hell and back, bro, right? The guy before that he put to sleep in the first round, that guy's not a bad fighter. The guy before that was Liam Cameron, and Liam Cameron was the belt holder just recently. And he just lost that international belt to the Barbie guy that we watched, Brad Pauls. You and Ray were killing me that day because Wardley got choked out or whatever you want to say, but you remember. If we're just going off of Whitaker has done in the last 3 fights, he knocked out Liam Cameron, who's a belt holder. He knocked out other boy. He knocked out the last dude that gave Lyndon Arthur a hard time. And now everybody's saying, oh, you know, you're saying it too, right? This is a step-up fight. So please don't do the whole Popeye Rivera wasn't ready if he gets knocked out in 9 minutes or less.
Let's be clear. When we say step-up fights, Angelo, we mean that it's a move in the right direction, right? For him as a fighter building himself. I believe, I'm speaking for myself. I'm hoping everybody shares the same sentiment, right? He's moving up into better realms of competition where he gets more looks. He can get more rounds. He's not going to be as down because as we all know, knocking people out don't get you nowhere because when it's time to cut off the ring, a la whatever cart, our main card, right? Guy couldn't cut off the ring. He didn't know what to do. Why? Because he's stopping everybody in 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds. 6 rounds was the longest he ever been to, and nobody went past 6 at that point. So we gotta say that Ben Whitaker this may not be the calling for him to go out to the wild, but this may be the door opening for him to take a step out to the wild, which is okay. You know what I mean? I can accept that until he gets into heavier competition. The light heavyweight division is not like it's
absolutely
full of animals up there. You know what I mean? So and it's not his fault. But
and Ray Davis, I could agree with you. I could agree with Clay when it comes to that stuff. But here's my whole thing is just give Ben Whitaker a chance before you go killing this kid, because this kid, once he's God-fearing, he's going to Ireland with less than 1,000 people in that village. All he does is training with Andy Lee. Like you gotta give him his props for if you failed one test, Clay, in college, but then you got straight A's the rest of the way. Why are people still saying you're the failure guy from the one exam?
No, it's not about being a failure. The chance is the fight. That's the chance. As boxing fans, his chance is the fight. We don't give fighters chances. We give fighters fights. Right. That's what we give them. You know what I'm saying? It's up to them to earn the respect. What he did in that ring, it's not about him losing. It's something that is a big deal in boxing. Your heart is one of the it's arguably the biggest thing you bring into the ring outside of everything. You got plenty of fighters who can get nice in the gym doing mitt work, you know what I'm saying, sparring, running the miles, committing, getting to sleep, eating right, being professional, making the weight. All that stuff is part of it as well. But the heart is something that it's not something you really train. It's something you either have or you don't have it at times. And when you see somebody talented like Ben Whitaker, who played a lot of games in his early fights, had a good time, did a lot of entertaining, and the moment he reaches his first real adversity, he does something that was very questionable. So yeah, although he wins and he does all these different things in these other fights, it doesn't answer the question about the heart. Because until he gets the adversity, we don't know what's going on with his heart. We already know the man can box and that he's slick and he could do a lot of cool things in the ring. We know he's talented. We know what he can do when he's shining. He's like a bright star, like the sun in the sky. But on that one time, he faced some real adversity and got tested. He arguably quit. And he did it in a very theatrical, dramatic way. Like it was an extreme quit. It wasn't like, it was like a, whoa, he did a whole lot. You know, you can't, I watched that thing over and over again. I don't see what the hell he got taken out in the wheelchair for, bro. I gotta be like, yo, he found a way out of the fight. Now he came back and redeemed the loss. He came back and beat Liam Cameron, God bless him, but he didn't face the adversity. And until that happens, the question is going to be right there, just like what we see in the chat. It's going to be Ben Whittaker. It's going to be, it don't matter when he gets confronted. Look what he said. Don 956.
No, I hear you. And Donnie,
he gave a perfect fighter. Victor Ortiz is a great fighter. Somebody who had so much skills. So much skills. They were talking about he was going to be the next golden boy. He was going to be the next guy. Bro, that man left the fight and said, I won't fight no more, bro. It's never been the same. He never got it back. So he just got to get it back.
And you know what? And that's fair. Donnie 956, my guy. Donnie 956, the big Zupa guy. That's my guy. So that's fair to say. I'm just saying that even Donnie 956 is talking about Zach Kelly beating Ben Whittaker is what he's saying, right? Let me tell you something right now, Donnie. If after this Rivera fight, if he does what he does, and then, you know, let's say he puts him away in less than 5, like what you're saying, Clay, and then there's going to be people that will go, see, there you go again. They're still not testing him. Is it that they're not testing him? Or is it like the Roy Jones thing where it's not that he's fighting nobodies, he's just making them all look like nobodies. And then he fights Zach Kelly, who knocked out Dave Morrell. What if he puts Zach Kelly away in less than 5 too, Clay? At what point are we going to say?
No, it doesn't answer the question because I'm telling you, this will follow him until his biggest fight. I'm telling you, until this is tested, if he does get a fight with David Benavidez, people are going to be like, you know why he's going to lose this fight? Because he ain't going to be able to do what he did with David Benavidez. You know, David Benavidez is going to try him and he's going to quit because David going to try him. Until he's tested, this will follow him until it's answered, until we see him go through it. This is one of those things that doesn't go away off of a win, off of a dominant victory, off of a knockout. It doesn't go away because it's your heart. Until the heart is tested, we don't know if you got the heart. We know you got the skills, the ability to knock somebody out inside of 5 rounds and look good doing that. We know if you do that, that's what we know you can do that. But we want to see you with a cut. We want to see you down a round or 2. We want to see you dig in deep and find a way. Even if you don't win, to see you follow through and weather a storm will get a question answered about your heart. It's not about the victories. That's just not going to do it. We're going to salute the victories and we're going to salute the talent and be like, damn, this dude is a talent, bro. Damn, but that heart, that question don't get answered until it's
perfect placement and perfect time to say this. And it just relate that same argument to Cool Boy Steph Scooter, right? Scooter, Cool Boy Steph.
Okay.
He went to that. He was dominating. He would fight when he needed to. Everybody put him on his pedestal. He goes out to fight anyway, and it's just like his heart was going, right? Then he comes back. He gets back in the ring. Clay called him out on it. Like he got knocked down. He got back up. He got the victory. It was a little questionable victory, but then he goes right back into a championship fight with Figueroa. He shows us who he is. Why? Because he was comfortable with Figueroa. But as soon as he got back into a front of another champion, couldn't make weight, got in there and got dominated with a guy who's not even a southpaw. And it just shows like he lost the spirit. Like he lost the spirit in the ring. Did he ever have it? Is when it comes to the question. Like, yo, when you're put up into when we want to see you perform, you're not performing at the level he was. David Morrell, another person we can bring up, to say the least, right? Even though I didn't want to use him because he only had a few wins, a few fights. But to say the least, guy was at a weight bully. If we want to use that term, we don't want to use that term, but he was a big guy fighting at 160, right? He followed David 68, followed David Benavidez up to 175. He got in there with Hot Rod, looked a little shaky, got in there with David Benavidez, gave him a great performance. Then got in there with the Russian Mike Tyson or whatever he was, whatever Mike they call him, Clay. The Russian that's the Russian Mike Tyson, the Russian dude who was damn near and killed the dude in the ring, bro.
Right. You're talking about Katayev, brother.
Yes,
I
I didn't mean to say Mike Tyson, but thank you for correcting me. I was like, darn, I just said the wrong guy. But damn near killed this guy. Then he comes right back and then gets knocked out
by a substitute teacher.
Like the skills are there. The talent
he ain't a substitute teacher no more, man. He a boxer now.
Has left the soul when he went up to 175 to me. He just doesn't have the same spirit.
No. And I'll land it with this because I want to. My whole point about this is I want to circle to the Emiliano Vargas point that Clay was making, which is so if as long Ben Waker does what he does this Saturday, what Eddie Hearn has already said is it might be Zach Chelly next. It's definitely going to be somebody in the ring top 10. Zach Chelly is now just got bumped off to 11 because they put the Zuffa fighter Dazambekov as number 10 right now. So, but it's basically like Zach Chelly was just a 10 like a couple of weeks ago. So essentially it'll be one of those. My point though, Clay, is you got that fight, which Ray Davis is saying, hey, this is a tough step up, right? Then you got Yuri Cedeno, Jahai Tucker, 50-50 fight. Plus 130 is damn near close to 50-50, right?
That's the closest fight right there.
Right. And then you got minus 1,450
for Emiliano Vargas. It's crazy.
As a co-main event. What are we doing, DAZN? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, I agree with you. If you're going to put him as a co-headliner, then put him at least in a competitive fight. Because him just washing somebody as a co-headliner, it's a
waste of our time.
And that was my whole point, right? Because if you look at what I put in the thumbnail, I put Emiliano Vargas ready for a title? Question mark. You know what I'm saying? You see it right there to your left. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I put that there is like, really? On the back of Bryce Mills? On the back of Bryce Mills? He gets a title shot? I don't think so. Man. He's number 2 under Shakur. What? Yeah. Are you crazy? No way. Title eliminator against who? No, bro. If we're going to have that conversation, because I saw him in an interview with Sean Zattel, and he said he wants it after this fight, he's ready to go. He's going to prove himself in this fight, and he wants at least a title eliminator. I'm like, I had to go back and be like, who are you fighting again? No, I missed it. I didn't know you. I had to go. I said, hold on a second here. Wait a second. I probably missed it. I got so much going on. I definitely missed it. Oh, no, it's who I thought it was. What? Who you watching? Hey, I'm just saying, don't drink the Kool-Aid, Top Rank. Don't fool yourself. If you want to get him in those conversations, this man is in a division with Gary Antoine Russell. You know what I'm saying? This guy's in the division with Shakur Stevenson. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Great knockouts.
I'll tell you what the Top Rank pathway is going to be. I'm going to say it now and watch, Ray Davis. People are going to say, here goes Angelo, Zuffa, Reyes White over here. But here's what's going to happen, bro. Shakur's going to make his announcement, sign into Zuffa Boxing, right? Shakur's next fight, if all the bigger fights won't come through, will be against the winner of Edwin De Los Santos versus Rayo Valenzuela, happening this Sunday on Paramount Plus. That'll be Shakur's next fight. It'll be for the Zuffa Boxing 135 belt, because Shakur already said, fuck them belts on the Daily Mail interview, right? And what's the WBO going to do, Ray Davis? They're going to strip Shakur. Now, guess who's up next, baby? Rodolfo Delgado's fighting for the IBF. Emiliano Vargas now gets to fight for the vacant WBO. And there you go with the sanctioning body circus of belts. That don't really matter.
Orders, bro. He sets him up. He sets him up, and he knocks him down, bro, just like Bo.
I saw that play, by the way, Angelo. I saw that play. I wasn't going to say nothing, but that was definitely the play. I see the play. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna put a title around his waist. They're gonna prop him up because he's popular, because he comes in with that swag, and they're gonna prop him up. He's gonna get a title shot, and that's where the plane. That's where the plane lands. That's where the plane lands, because that's why I love my panel, bro. I love my co-host, bro, because we gonna break it down, bro. I just had to ask a question. You know what I'm saying? I just had to ask a question. I didn't want to push narratives. I want to break it down, talk about it in real time. I love how we went all around the place. We put him number 2, minus 1450. I laid it out Now watch it play out. Just watch it play out, ladies and gentlemen. Just wanted to make it clear. WBO, we got our eyes on you, bro. We got our eyes on you.
I mean, look, you're gonna strip Haney. That's what you're gonna do. You're threatening to strip Devin Haney, who really should already be the Ring Magazine.
They are about to pop up champions. They're about to fight.
Oh my God!
Fight.
You're gonna
fight dirty. They're gonna muddy the waters and they're gonna prop up popular champions. Get ready to see it across the board. You're going to see that. That's what they're doing with Keyshawn. Shout out to my brother Keyshawn. I have faith in him. I think he's like that. They propping up champions. They're going to put the belts around the most popular fighters they can find, and they're going to prop them up and try to build these pay-per-views up and build these fights up to get that attention. And but at the same time, I'm letting y'all know, sanctioning bodies, respectfully, you're watering down and muddying the waters, bro. You're messing with the credibility of your own titles, bro.
Yep. Remember, I liked you too. You know, the IBF stripping people illegally.
Where's the IBF?
The WBO doing what they doing. The WBC taking away Noel McCallan's chances of getting a bag. And then, looks like the WBA might be the only one that might be smart. I don't know. Though.
Let me hear the super chat real quick. Lance Shepard, man, I appreciate you, man. Says Clay, Coach Lowe, Ray D. They already got a nickname for you. Coach Lowe, Ray D. Love the Houston, Texas. Love from Houston, Texas. Keep punching with the $5 HLD in the building, man. My brother HLD. Salute. Everybody says Pop busted his ass. Same for Boots. For Boots, two hype jobs. I don't think so. HL, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think so, bro. I don't think that's happening for Popeye, bro. Respect to Popeye, by the way. I don't want to disrespect him because that's not what I was trying to do. But I'm gonna keep it real. Ben gonna wash him. Ben gonna wash him because he gonna try to fight Ben. And that's where it's gonna go bad. You know what I'm saying? Your best bet is to box Ben in real time.
You know what's so funny? He is what Steve Claggett is to Teofimo Lopez, but he's not going to be as successful.
Right. I agree. Tio didn't know what to do with it.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Or I was going to go hard body, but I know y'all would have gone jump on me. But I'll say it anyway.
I'm not going to say nothing.
No, I was going to say
put it on mute so I can't.
I'm just saying I'm not going to say no name. I'm just going to say some fighters being aggressive with is a death sentence. You know what I mean? And if you're an aggressive fighter, Popeye has, he likes to fight. He gonna box, but he gonna box a fight. Ben gonna walk him into something. Mm-hmm. And your guys gonna see. He gonna walk him into something. He gonna do him bad. Just inconvenient truth. Shout out to Popeye. But I'm not like Angelo. Not in a round and a half. No, I don't believe that.
Yeah, definitely not like you, Angelo.
Yeah.
I'm not on the island by yourself, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not.
But if it happens, though, right? If it happens this Saturday, you guys are gonna be doing the whole.
Yeah.
Man, get Angelo on here.
I think it's gonna be inside the people who are betting for it to go over 6.5. I think you're gonna lose your money. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
I say inside 5, but I don't think it's going over. I don't think it's doing that 6.5 joint. I think he gets stopped.
Right. Don't parlay that shit. Don't do that.
Do that on the side, man. Pick up some bread and do your thing. All right, so let's go into the next topic right here. We talked about Emiliano Vargas. Let's get right into the meat and potatoes. Right. Let's talk about. Well, did we talk about Moses Itauma and Filip Hrgovic?
No, not yet.
Real quick. Moses Itauma and Filip Hrgovic had their press conference. I don't know if you guys saw it. Did you guys see it?
Yeah. No, I thought it was interesting.
Very. Filip Hrgovic definitely has a lot of energy. He recognizes the play. I don't think he's very happy with this fight. No. And I'm not going to say it's because he's scared of Moses, but I do think he feels like he was definitely brought in for food. And he doesn't like being food. He doesn't like the idea of it. This fight didn't happen the way they wanted to happen. They wanted it to happen in the end of September, beginning of October. They wanted Filip Hrgovic to have time to, whether it was heal because he had a little cut in his last fight, or whether it was just to prepare. I don't know what it was, but this is what they wanted. And Frank was like, we ain't got time for that shit. My fighter, I gave you a deal. I need you in the ring. This is what the game is. So Moses Itauma prepped. Litmus test. I think it's a fair play litmus test. I think he has a fired up fighter in front of him in Filip Hrgovic. He's fired up, bro, and he wants to derail and piss off everybody. And you know how you piss off Frank Warren? Knock out or beat his prize protege. You know what I mean? Knock out and beat his prize protege, and he's coming in to wreck it up. Very interestingly enough, he says, I don't believe in puzzles. So Moses Itauma says, I love this fight because this is going to be a very interesting puzzle to figure out. I look at every fighter I get in every fight I have as a puzzle to figure out. Filip says, I don't believe in puzzle. It's all about heart and will. I was like, wow, I like that. I mean, to a degree, I have to agree with it, but it is a little bit of a science to it. So when the press conference ends, Moses Itauma said, they said, Moses, what should we know about this fight? He says, it's going to be intelligence versus heart. Who wins? So I present the question to my panel, to my co-host. Who wins? Is it when it's intelligence versus heart? How does that work?
I don't want to get you all riled up, so you might want to put yourself on mute, Clay.
I'm gonna put myself on mute.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? I found it extremely interesting that Filip Hrgovic, who is a bronze medalist, y'all, a former interim world champion, right? This guy doesn't beat Zhilei Zhang, right? Like this guy doesn't suck, okay? And he felt insulted in that press conference. He was like, "I'm not Jermaine Franklin, mother." Like what are we doing, right? So essentially, even on the stare down, you could kind of see Filip Hrgovic. I don't want to say he was trying to son Moses, but he was uncling Moses. Let me nephew you a little, right? Because I Claymore's huge on Moses Itauma, and I'm gonna tell you what: if Moses Itauma does to Filip Hrgovic what Moses Itauma's been doing to everyone, then you got yourself one, Clay. Like this guy's the real deal. All right. Like, because this is really, really the test. Mm-hmm. This is it. Doesn't, I don't want to hear it from nobody anymore. Okay. It's either Usyk, Agit, somebody. Put someone else on there, because if you do this, if you do Filip Hrgovic dirty the way my brother Claymore believes he will, right? Then he's the man. But you know who was also 14-0 that thought he was the man, that just got knocked out in the second round with a punch he didn't even see coming, that was trained by one of the best training groups in the world in Bomac? That's Richard Torres. And his ass got knocked out in the biggest stage of his life. So
let me mute myself. I just took myself on mute.
Pay attention, Moses. I'm just saying, right? Stay humble, young man. Stay humble. Ben Davidson is cool, right? But Filip Hrgovic is the real mountain that you got to climb. And if you do what Clay's doing, then yeah, man, I got to say, he right, I'm wrong. Wardley, just at least do better. Let
me go back on mute.
Do better on the rematch, brother. Do better.
That's a great take in a weird way, Angelo. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see the comparison to Richard Torres to Itauma, but I get what you're saying, because you're not.
I was just talking about the feeling, the overall feeling. Right.
I got it. Let me build it. It's not that you're saying they're the same level. What you're saying is they're at the same point of their career. Damn, he hit you. Damn,
my bad.
Bad. But just to say the least, I get it, right? But Moses Itauma is showing us, unlike the other guys that have been spoke of and brought up and praised by boxing fans to be the next one, he has shown us. He has stepped in that ring. He has put that front foot forward. He has taken steps, and he's casually doing it with the same methods without changing. He's if it's a different fighter, he adjusts in puzzle pieces. He's making the decisions. He's making it right. Filip Hrgovic in this fight, now I'm making sure I say his name right, Filip Hrgovic, because he's Croatian, and they spell names differently, is a great fighter. And he only has the one L. But he took that L on the back end of whipping someone's ass before literally losing that fight to David Dubois. Now, I think the whole, him coming off, short rest, this and that, come fight in August. And listen, another one thing I want to point out before I even go down in 2 seconds, they announced the fight very quickly. And I'm glad they got the press conference and all this bullshit side. I'm telling you, American boxing is diabolical. I'm sorry. It's too much shit going on. This shit was done. They said they were going to do it. They met. They announced it. Press conference. Boom. Love it. Now, Filip Hrgovic is a problem because he could take a punch. Filip Hrgovic is a person that's not going to sit there and just let you beat on him. He has a unique style, and I think Moses Itauma has a good plan in place, and he has to hit that body because he likes to call people the body snatcher and saying that he's shanking them in the belly and you know what I mean, whatever prison rules. So it's cool. He's gonna have to do that because Filip Hrgovic is coming to lay some leather, and this is gonna be a tough fight for him. I don't know how it goes, but this is gonna be the biggest test that we've seen Itauma in as of yet. And I'm not just ready to give him the welcome mat to say he's going to get this victory that easy. I'm going to land my plane there, but I do think he wins.
Yeah, Moses Itauma for the victory for sure. That's what I believe in. Outside of, obviously, you guys know how I feel about Moses Itauma. I give him a lot of respect, but this is going to be the litmus test. This is what it's all about, and that's why it is a litmus test. That's what this is about, man. Filip Hrgovic is really, I think this is a more dangerous fight for him than Frank Sanchez would have been, right? Because people were very nervous about the Frank Sanchez, like, that guy kind of like, no, this guy, Filip Hrgovic, can be very mean and nasty when he wants to be, and he's motivated right now to be mean and nasty. He already spoke on it in an interview, and he said he plans on taking him into the championship rounds. He says he's going to put a lot of activity on him, and he's going to make him tired. And he says, and I'm going to fight him when I'm tired. We're both going to be tired. And we're going to see who it is. He's going to test the heart of Moses Itauma. He believes the assignment is the conditioning. That's what he believes it is. He believes that that's where the keys to victory are, is that this kid has not been taken into the championship rounds. He's not used to going into the championship rounds. He hasn't shown us a dog. I'm going to make him show us the dog. I'm not going to give him and make this a super exciting fight in the first 3-4 rounds and give him a chance to just knock me out. No, we're going to box. I'm going to work on his car. I'm going to touch that body, like you said. I'm going to take him into the championship rounds. I'm going to take him into the deep waters, and then I'm going to try to drown him. And I'm willing to go underwater with him. But I'm used to holding my breath. I'm used to being over there, and I'll be under the water, and I'll be controlling my breathing. He's going to get nervous, and he's going to drown. And I'm going to come out. It's going to be one person who comes out from under the water, and it's going to be me. And Frank Warren, kiss my ass. Because then I'm going to ask for a title fight. That's what, you know what I'm saying? Get your little fucking pup. Get your little pup. Get him to the hospital. Get him together, and he'll be all right. But nah, never again. I ain't nobody's stepping stone. But no, Philip. No, Philip. Got bad news for you. I hear you.
Go ahead, Angelo. You can unmute yourself.
Because
you can't.
The thing about it, Philip, is you gonna get punched on, bro. And as long as Moses Itauma and the name of the game is punching on somebody, that's bad news. Whoever's on the other side of him punching, because while you trying to punch on him, he gonna be punching on you. Yep. And let me tell you, Moses is unforgiving. He's getting Philip out of here. Great fight, great litmus test. I expect it to be a competitive fight, and I expect on the back end of this fight, Moses Itauma's next move is going to be getting a title. And I think that's what Frank Warren's plan is, and I think he's got a good damn plan. I think it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, he's definitely putting his guy in. I mean, this is, like I said, Clay, hey, you know what? If Moses knocks him out even sooner than he knocked out Jermaine Franklin, what can anyone really say, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Right? The kid is an anomaly the same way Tyson was, right? And you just, like now you got a real thing. And now everybody can jump on and go, look, man, we were wrong. This 21-year-old kid. Hey, Chadwick, I want to address Chadwick, who I'm assuming, I think he is from the UK. I agree that the UK boxing in terms of heavyweights is better than the US. But let me throw a little something at you, man. So Johnny Fisher, from what I'm hearing, free agent, getting offered 6 to 7 times more money to come to Zuffa than what we'll see if Eddie wants to match whatever deal that is. You want to talk about UK heavyweights being better? Let me see your boy Johnny Fisher come get some of Demazian Van Houter, because I'm going to tell you something right now, man. Mozzie will knock that fool out. And your 27-year-old, whatever, golden child, Johnny Fisher, can come get some of Demazian, and let's see what goes down. Let's see what goes down. Anyway,
they're paying the money to get the fights. They're building around Demazian, bro. They're doing what they just did for Jalil. They're trying to do it for Demazian.
There you go.
They're trying to build it.
Shout out to Miss Van Houter in the building.
They're trying to build it around. They're trying to build it around them. They serving them. It's food. You getting a high paycheck to come in and get served. You know what I mean?
Just say yes, brother.
They're about to call Demaziano and say, pull out the good China. Pull out the good China. You heard? We having dinner. Pull out the good China. You heard what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We've been eating off the regular dishes, but in a minute, Mozzie gonna have to pull out the good China. You know what I'm saying? Pull out the good China. You know what I'm saying? Put on your Sunday's best dinner at Zuffa Boxing on Sunday. Put on your Sunday's best. We're pulling out the good China. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So let's get into the meat and potatoes, gentlemen. Let's not waste not one more minute, man. The biggest fight of the year potentially is going down Saturday. We've got it happening. We asked for it. I don't care why we getting it, because some people say, well, you know what? The Zone forced Xander Zayas to take this fight. They told Top Rank he didn't have a choice. The Zone ain't playing no more. They want the biggest fights. Okay. I don't care. If they did do that, it is what it is. This is the biggest fight potentially of the year here. Young, upcoming lion shaking up the space. We watch this kid in the pro space since he's been 17 years old. We watch him grow, and he's here. A unified champion, bro. Confident as hell. He's put the work in. Solid team behind him. Very focused and dialed in as to what the assignment is. He wants legacy. He wants to be the next face of Puerto Rican boxing. He says the only way I can be great is by fighting the best, right? Well, that's what he's doing. And then we got Jaron Boots Ennis, somebody who that most fighters anywhere around his division have arguably been running from him. You can't offer them enough money to fight him. As Jaron Boots Ennis said, he is the cash cow. I kind of understand where he's coming from to a certain degree, right? Because in order for him to get a fight with he has to offer you your biggest payday. I get it. Is the payday always there? Well, it wasn't there at 147 because they were pulling teeth and nail to make the fight happen. But here at 154, he's got a game opponent. The stars have aligned for him. He doesn't have to beat around the bush. He got the 50-50 split. It's going down in the Barclays Center in New York. Jaron Boots Ennis versus Xander Zayas for the unified championship. On the back end of this, the question for me is going to be, do we get do we get a pound for pound 154 pounder on the list? So I'm gonna present it to my panel, man.
Yeah.
Xander Zayas says he knows the assignment. What's the assignment?
Yeah, no, I mean, winner of this to me, Clay, number one, get someone out that pound for pound list. Navarrete, Oscar Collazo, especially after that diabolical Saturday fight, man. Like, get somebody out, right? Like, I don't even want to punish any one of the bottom guys. And, get Haney up, by the way. I don't know how Ray Davis feels about him being number 8.
Bring him out. Now. Get him out of there, bro.
Oh, you're saying? Okay.
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
All right. But winner of Xander Zayas versus Boots Ennis, and no one will agree with me on this, but I think that not only should whoever wins that get on the pound for pound list, I think they need to give that person the Ring Magazine a lineal title. Because
really,
you know what, Virgil Ortiz? I'm sorry, brother. Like, you snooze, you lose. And I'm going to say that right now, Clay, because currently, as of Monday, Meta created this new thing for UFC rankings, right? And people in the MMA space are talking about it, but I understood what Dana's whole point was, right? The rankings, if you look at it from the media people that are allowed to do the rankings for the UFC, for the most part, I think they've done a pretty good job. Like, you can nitpick at it however you want to. What Meta AI system does, though, and you can compare the two now, because if you go on UFC rankings, you can see it. What the AI system does, Clay, is it bases it not only on your wins and losses, but performance, how you performed, and recency of wins. Like, if you're recently active, you should be ranked, like higher, right? And if you're fighting hard people, and if you're winning certain ways, if you're knocking everyone out. So just based on that alone, when's the last time I saw Virgil fight, Clay? When's the last time? And who'd he fight? Who'd he fight? When's the last time I saw
Erickson Lubin.
And who'd he fight?
Last year, right? Erickson Lubin.
Okay. So what are we talking about? I already done seen Boots fight at least one time, right? Xander already unified 2 belts. Like, what are we doing, Ring Magazine? What are we doing? All right. Ring Magazine's vacant right now.
I mean,
and I get what you're saying. Because no. And I'll land my plane by saying this, Clay. You know how Oscar De La Hoya moves. So who's Virgil's next opponent? You tell me, Clay, who's Virgil's next opponent going to be?
I don't know, bro. I would like to think it'd be Sebastian Fundora, but I don't think that's what it's gonna be.
Exactly. So what are we doing? Right? Xander Zayas, who's are you telling me, Clay? Are you telling me that if Xander Zayas does what did you say it was plus 400? Is it plus 400 against Xander right now? Is that what it is?
Plus 380.
It's like 460.
Plus 380. Okay.
460 for what? On
so
the money line?
almost 4-1. Almost 4-1 underdog.
Yeah.
So if Xander Zayas pulls off one of the biggest upsets of the year, right? Especially, it's maybe the biggest, maybe even a bigger. Would you say, Ray Davis, that if Xander Zayas beats Boots Ennis, that's a bigger upset than Josh Kelly beating Bakram?
Woo! I think it's a bigger, more marquee name he defeated. I don't know if it's a bigger upset. I think a lot. You know what it is? It may be an upset to the people that just. Yes, I say yes because of the boxer fans. The boxer fans have Boots at this level. So yes.
Okay. All right. So Xander's number 3. So why wouldn't I, Clay, accept the fact that if Xander beats Boots and Boots is the boogeyman, whatever, right? Or whatever people want to say about him, that he doesn't deserve the lineal title? Why wouldn't he deserve the lineal title? Because you know how I feel about Boots versus Virgil. I think Boots knocks him out. You know how I feel about Boots versus Fundora. I think Boots knocks him out. The Xander one's the only one that I've said, this probably will go the whole way. This probably will go to decision. Someone's going to win this 8-4 one way or the other. And I'm picking Boots. But if Zayas does it, am I wrong for wanting Zayas to have the lineal title at this point? Am I wrong, Clay? Am I wrong?
I mean, listen, the rules are the rules, first of all, right? And shout out to Ignorant Boxing. I like what he just said here. He goes, you know how I feel means nothing. And it doesn't. It doesn't mean anything. I think at the end of the day, I think there's an argument there for them to reshuffle the top 5 in the division. I don't think Virgil Ortiz should be number 1 no more for sure. He probably shouldn't have been number 1 for a long time now, but he shouldn't be number 1 no more. He's not even active. Sebastian Fundora, he has a cheat code about him that you got to respect. I have no problem with them putting him at number 1. I got my you know how I feel. Shout out to Ignorant Boxing and Angelo. You know how I feel about Sebastian Fundora, but no, I put him at number 1. Fine. He's got a cheat code, and until somebody figures out how to cheat code, I mean, arguably, Brian Mendoza already figured it out. But anyway, still, until somebody figures out that cheat code, you know what I'm saying? Figures out that cheat code, we'll put him at number 1. I think Xander, the only unified champion in the division, deserves to be number 2. And without a doubt, I'd put Jaron Ennis at number 3. You know what I'm saying? On that list. Sebastian Fundora ain't gonna make the big fights, man. He's not. BBC, yeah.
He's getting moved like Emiliano Vargas, man. Just say it, bro. Just say it.
He's not gonna make the big fights, man. They're not gonna make the big fights. They're gonna try to give him Errol Spence, Tim Tszyu winner. They're gonna try to give him Jamel Charlo. They're gonna try to play that game with him, man. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to break the rules, man. I'm going to hold the integrity of what it means until they move those rankings around, bro. He can't get that lineal title, in my opinion. What do you think, Ray?
I mean, they're top 5. Why not? Throw it in there. He's a unified champion. This belt, this comes for unification, right? So it's basically going to be the guys that have both belts. Fundora already had the belt. He ended up dropping that belt, leaving it in limbo any damn way. So Fundora is not even, to me, respectable enough to be a sign of lineal. Well, I wouldn't say lineal, but Ring Magazine champion. Let's correct that.
So will we put can we make an argument to just throw Fundora at number 3 and call it a day?
I can put him at 3, right? And Virgil.
Damn, you putting Fundora at 3? Because I'd have put. Okay, sure, Clay.
He don't want to fight nobody.
It's the people that exactly. It's his words, not ours. Basically, is what I would say.
Right. No, I mean, because if I move this around, I know what Clay's saying, right? But if I did move this around, I could argue Xander's number 1.
Yeah,
I could just argue it. Xander's number 1. He got 2 of the belts. 2 of the 4 belong to Xander Zayas. So, like it or not, I could say he's number 1. You don't have to like it, but that's what it is, right? I mean, if we're gonna sit here and do the whole resume talk, look, man, Sergey Bochuk just got knocked out by Shane Mosley. He barely beat Imam you know who I'm talking
Oh,
about, the
shit, that was a
Butayev,
tough fight.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Barely beat that guy on Zuffa Boxing, right? And Sergey really beat Virgil, but whatever. It is what it is.
Right.
I would take Virgil out. I'd put Xander at 1. I guess if you want to make Sebastian leave him at 2, you could. And then you're moving Jaron Ennis to 3. Or are you saying, Ray Davis, that Jaron is number 2 and Sebastian number 3? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I will move Virgil down 1, move Xander to number 1, Fedora 3, Boots 4. And the only reason why I have Boots at 4 is not the competition, because everybody, might assume that it's the competition.
So you still put Virgil above him?
What's that?
So because you're gonna put him at 4. Who?
Virgil only moves at number 2. I'll tell you why. Virgil has had 5 fights over 154, right? 154 and above. So I have to respect him bringing that to the table, and he's won every fight. 4 by stoppage, I believe, right? Or 3. Yeah, 4 by stoppage. I have to respect that. I have to respect that.
Yeah.
Xander's the unified champ there. He's got to be number 1. He's taking on the best beast in the East on this weekend, right? Mm-hmm. So until that changes, he's number 1. Fedora, he's a puzzle. You got to put him at number 3. He's still a champion. You got to respect what he's doing. He has taken a loss, and he was getting his ass whipped by Tim Tszyu that first fight until the elbow happened.
Right.
But he is a force to be reckoned with, but he's not going to fight anybody. So I got to respect that. Boots at number 4 because he only had that one fight at 54. He hasn't done nothing there yet. You know what I mean? And the guy they pulled up, according to Eddie, they had to pay to get him in the sanctions because they wouldn't regulate the fight if he didn't get put there. So,
not Bakram HLD. You talking about Boachuk, but I hear you.
Oh, I said Bakram, my bad.
Boachuk. No, he said
no, you didn't do it, Ray. It's HLD's doing it. But keep going, Ray. You're cooking. You're cooking, Ray. I'm gonna counter, but you're cooking, brother.
Got you.
Go ahead.
But yeah, so and then Madrimov, I could see him at 5. You know what I mean? He lost to 2 top guys in the division. And if you don't want to put him, you can easily move what's the name there? He put on a great performance against Bakram.
Yeah, Josh Kelly should be in the top 5, bro, for beating Bakram. Kelly.
So he put on a great performance, and that was the boogeyman in the division. Whereas it didn't even seem that Boots wanted to go up and use that IBF leverage to try to fight him and dethrone him off his boogeyman stance. So we can easily do that and put Bakram at number 6 with Madrimov underneath at 7. We can easily do that. There's so many ways to rearrange that later half, but I think that we definitely have Xander, Virgil, Fedora, Boots, and then everybody else.
All right, can I just do a counter real quick, Clay? Because I love what Ray said. I just want to do this counter real quick. So I'm kind of tired of the whole Virgil whatever, because Virgil never won a world title at 147. Boots Ennis was the lineal and unified 147 champion. Right? Well, let's talk about the 154. No. I want to discuss the 154.
Was he lineal? I don't think he was lineal.
He's lineal.
No. Wait,
the Ring Magazine.
He was the lineal unified.
We got to stop this. Ring Magazine goes around the waist of the lineal champion. Why we always? When did it? What are you talking about? Who's been a lineal champion and had a ring mag? Who's been a lineal champion and not have a Ring Magazine belt?
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury was lineal.
He beat Klitschko, bro. That's why he got the lineal.
He was the lineal champion.
That's why he got the ring.
He was the lineal champion, and they were and I think Joshua was the ring champion at one point, or was it
No, Joshua didn't become bro. Right? No. Stop confusing everybody, right?
The lineal belt, the lineal championship stuck with Tyson Fury until he lost it to Usyk. He was still the lineal champ.
Right.
He never lost that title.
Never.
Ray.
Wait. Let him go.
Ray. Angelo, Jamel Charlo is the lineal champ at 154. He is not the ring champ. 2 different things. Lineal is the wins, the consistency of wins in the division and being a champion.
Jamel Charlo ain't the lineal champion.
Yes, he is.
No, he got stripped, bro. When he was in
you got to defend it.
No, he's the ring. He dropped the ring belt. He's still the lineal.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He is not the lineal champion.
He's not the lineal champion, bro. Look that up real quick.
I know you love Charlo and his jab, bro, but he's dealing with
There is no lineal
criminal issues
champion right now
bro.
at 154, bro. It's a vacant belt.
There's no lineal champion. There's no lineal champion. So
Okay.
anyway,
Google lineal champ at 154. Everyone, please tell me.
Go ahead. Feel free to. But
Yeah,
when's the last time Jamal Charlo fought? Clay, 2021.
He hasn't fought 154 in like almost 4 years, like
That's
3
okay.
plus years.
Oh
He's
my
not the lineal
gosh.
champion.
Okay.
At least four.
Okay.
So anyway.
He's damn near a retired fighter. How can he be lineal and he's not
Okay.
even
Yeah,
actively
you can't be
fighting?
lineal. What are we
He's a
doing?
lineal champ,
Stop.
bro.
You're confusing everybody.
You
bro.
can't strip a lineal champion.
Okay.
He's a lineal champ.
Sure, Flyer. Sure, man. All
All
right.
right, wait. So let me just present a scenario here. So there can't be a lineal champion right now at 154 unless
No, there
Jamel
could be a
Charlo
ring
fights.
champion. There can't.
No,
the
there could be.
ring-
It's
they have
okay.
to beat the
He's
lineal
separating
champ.
it, Clay. So, all right. So let me explain it because I understand what Ray Davis is saying. I do. I really do. The idea of the lineal championship is it goes back to the beginning of when it started, and it's the man who beat the man who beat the man who beat the man, right? Which is why when we've talked about it before, Clay, when we've said, well, would it be wrong if Jamal Charlo ever came back because he technically never lost the belt in the ring? That was the full definition of lineal champion. But over recent times, I'll call it the last 10 years, essentially the Ring Magazine champion has been the lineal champion, right? And because Jamal Charlo has not been active in any way, shape, or form, Ray Davis, right? Like, okay, let me ask you a question, Ray Davis. I'm just gonna keep it real because I know you love Jamal Charlo so much, and you know I don't think Jamal Charlo got it anymore. All right, I don't. Okay, pick anyone. Pick anyone. Pick the bottom Jamal, guy. The number 10. Who's ring? Clay in the list right now. Who's number 10? Who's number 10 on the Ring Magazine list?
Wait, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Now, linealchampionship.com has Jamel Charlo as, and it speaks toward it too, right? It says Jamel Charlo is recognized as lineal junior middleweight world champion. He claimed the throne by defeating Jason Rosario via 8th round knockout in September of 2020 and has maintained the lineal status despite a period of inactivity in the division. They're saying he's a lineal champion, bro.
Okay, so no. I just want to make this point, Clay. No, I just want to make this point. Who's ranked? Because I can't see it on the screen, Clay. Ring Magazine, ranked number 10 at 154. Who is it?
Amal Agabel.
That guy.
Okay, I just watched that guy win against the Frenchman. Let's say he gets a tune-up shot for Jamal Charlo.
And
this guy beats Jamal. So is that guy the lineal champion?
Hey, it's Jermel, bro.
Yeah, not
Jermel.
Jamal. Yeah. My bad. You know who I'm talking about? The one that's not as good. The not as good brother. All right. There's the better brother who's undefeated, and then there's the one who isn't as good. All right, the one that Ray Davis loves. So the quote unquote lineal. My question, Ray Davis, is if Ermal Hardibajay
becomes the lineal champion. Yes.
He becomes the lineal champion.
He does. He beat the man.
Come on, man.
Now, come on, that's easy. Come on, Angelo. He beat the man. That's the
rules, bro.
He beat the man.
Angelo, I don't make up the rules.
You guys are crazy.
Wow, you know what?
Hey,
you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. I learned something that I didn't know before right now because I've always heard people try to. I've always heard people separate it, but I've never really drank that Kool-Aid because I'm like, bro, every time the Ring Magazine champion is the lineal champion. But yeah, in this scenario right here, that's not the
weird
case.
One.
In this scenario right here, it's not.
That's why.
Right. But you know what's upsetting about that weird scenario too, Clay? Here's what's upsetting about the weird scenario, right? So Jamal Charlo's last time that he was the lineal champion. The last time Jamal Charlo was the lineal champion was in 2020, meaning it's been almost 7 years. You know how your credit could get taken away? Like you're no longer in the credit bureau after a certain period of time.
Right.
What period of time do you get taken away from being the lineal champion?
Here's the greatest part to your question, right? How long was Tyson Fury retired before he came back to fight Wilder?
No, he was only out for 3.5 years.
Okay, so there you go. And he was still the lineal champ.
Yeah,
right. How long has Jamal Charlo been in? When's the last time Jamal Charlo was in there?
Hold on.
Like 3.5 years.
Like three.
It's Jamel, by the way. Yeah.
Jamel. Sorry. You know which Charlo I'm talking about, chat. You know which one.
He won his title in 2023, right? What was that March? And he lost.
No, it said 2020. Clay just read it.
No.
He said 2020.
No, he's been the lineal champion since 2020.
Right.
But he stopped. His last fight was 2023.
Right. Right. His last fight was 2023
And then
against
Canelo was his
against
late
Cowboy.
2023.
What's his name?
I thought his last fight was Canelo.
No.
but before
His
that,
last
in
fight
the
at
division.
154 though. At 154.
Oh, got you.
Yeah,
I got you. Okay. All right.
All right, so look, it is what it is. I don't want to stay too long because I do want to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
into the assignment, man. I do want to get
Okay.
into what this is all about. And the reality is that Xander Zayas did an interview, and he's been doing this since the beginning of this fight being announced. He's been talking about he sees the holes. He's gonna be a nightmare. He's not gonna see him coming. He's gonna frustrate Jaron Boots Ennis. So he knows what the assignment is. I'm interested in what that is. And maybe we could figure it out here. But obviously, we know we're not going to see what it is until Saturday. But what is the assignment? What is the assignment for Xander Zayas to beat Jaron Boots Ennis? What is it that we haven't seen Jaron Boots Ennis confronted with that Xander Zayas is going to confront him with? And is that going to be enough to get the job done?
We've seen him confronted with it, Clay. It's the entire argument that everybody they were giving it to you. They give it to me all the time. Well, he looks bad when somebody's boxing him, and Xander's a better boxer than anybody that Boots has ever faced.
I don't like that argument.
All right, but here's what I always say on the reverse end. Tell me one fighter in Xander's 23 wins that even emulates what Boots Ennis could do to him. Just give me one.
I would
One
never
of them.
do that.
Any one of them.
I would never do that. Anybody that ever says that, that's a great counter too. I love it. But then again, that brings up that whole argument that you said before about who has you fought, right? You said that earlier about people ask, who have you fought? That brings that same argument back to the table. It's not about who you fought. It's about the skills you bring to the ring. Xander brings an intangible that I think Boots is not ready for. And I'm going to tell you what that is. It's not so much of him boxing. It's the thinking, the processing, the data, the receiving. He hasn't fought many fighters like that because Boots is the boogeyman. Many people got in that ring because of paydays. They got in that ring because they thought, they can just weather the storm and make it through. Maybe they get lucky. Whatever the case was, they didn't want that fight. They just were forced into it, or they took the payday to get into it, right? So we can clearly see that Xander sees something. I'm going to tell you, I talked to Clay yesterday. I'm not going to reveal it, but I said, Clay, I just seen something. Oh, my goodness. Right. And I think this is what Xander's talking about. Why? Because he mentioned footwork. Clay will tell you. I said, yo, I see it. It's sad because Boots is a great opponent, but his problem is, and I love Boots. This is what separates the two. Boots is a hunter. And he wants to go in there, and he looks for prey. He looks for injured prey. He wants to go and attack it, and it, you know what I mean? He's a predator, right? Whereas Xander is a sharpshooter. He's going to sit back. He's going to stay on his ridge. He's going to use that rifle, long range rifle. He snipe you when he can, and it's the difference, right? I'm going to stay back. I'm not going to get in there and let this elephant attack me. Are you crazy? I'm going to use this damn gun from back there and shoot that mother and knock him down. So these are the things we're looking at. Boots, on the other hand, has the ability to close. I don't want to say close distance, but take advantage of close encounters. Basically, when they're in the pocket, if he traps him, make him pay, and that's where I think Xander's going to have his toughest times. If Boots is able to keep that distance close, if he's able to attack the body, I don't care about the switch hitting. That switch hitting shit is dangerous, right? You get caught off balance, you're out. Doesn't matter. But if Boots goes in there and he keeps the distance close, he smothers Xander's range and reach, he has a great opportunity to slow Xander down and possibly win that fight. I did pick Boots to win this fight. And I'm gonna say it, Clay. Today is coming out of my soul. Listen, as much as I like Boots,
I'm gonna give you the Ariel. I'm gonna download that video though, but I'm gonna give you the Ari Spears face.
Look, as much as I like this fight for Boots, my heart wants Xander to win because it's best for boxing. As Clay asked, what is the best thing for boxing? Xander winning this fight. Why? Because the fans that just root for boxers are going to be shut up. 1, 2, it brings a better fight back for Boots Boots will have a better opportunity to fight Xander later on. He'll have a learning experience. Maybe some things will go well, and we'll see the exposure, if there is any. And it helps bring the sport back bigger into the United States because Puerto Rico, believe it or not, is a part of the United States. It's its own nation, but it is a part of the United States, and it brings boxing back to a higher platform for the East Coast, South, and everything else for the United States. I'll land my plane.
Yeah, no, hey, the only thing I'll add to that,
before
Clay,
you push back, that was a great breakdown, bro.
yes, very good, Ray.
It really was good because, and before you talk, I want to play this real quick, Angelo, and then you can go on because this is part of it, and I wanted to play it honestly before Ray.
Yeah.
But that was a great breakdown, bro. That's what this fight is going to be about: adjustments, and it's going to be about will. Because Boots is going to try to break Xander's will. He's going to press. And if he gets on the inside, that's where he's going to shine 100%. Mm-hmm. But as long as Xander can control this fight and the range of this fight, it's going to be an interesting puzzle for Boots to figure out. And like I said before, Boots says he's going to do whatever he wants to do. Mm-hmm. I counter that and say, no, sir. But you better be ready to do what you got to do to win this fight.
Right.
Because I don't believe you're just going to do what you want to do. I just got this feeling that that's not going to be the case. Let me hit play on this real quick.
Boots is flat-footed as well.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is flat-footed. I mean, he knows it.
He does?
I feel like he does. I mean,
I'm going to ask him tomorrow. He'll be here tomorrow.
Ask him.
What do you think he says when I ask him that?
He might say
he's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
no,
I don't think so. I think he'll say I have better footwear than he does.
Yeah.
I bet he'll say that.
You think so?
No. I mean, yes. I think he'll say that. Yes.
So what do you think? How does this play out?
I'm going to win. I'm going to win like I always do.
Are you envisioning a stoppage?
To be honest, I'm ready to go 12 rounds if I need to. I'm ready to take advantage of the opportunities. I already envision all the opportunities I can take advantage of. And I visualize them and I see them every night. As I go to sleep, every mistake that I can do, every good thing that I can do. I try to see everything. I try to, play everything out in my head. Like sometimes I wake up drenched in sweat because I was literally like in the fight in the middle of my sleep. Yeah.
Does that always happen or?
It always happens.
Okay.
It always happens. It's something that is like a ritual. I feel like for me, like I always gotta visualize the fight before it happens and see how it plays out, good and bad ways. And so obviously you're ready for when the moment comes.
Do you get anxious? Like on Saturday, will you be anxious?
Yeah, you always get anxious. I feel like as a fighter, the fighter that tells you don't get anxious, they don't care about what they do.
Okay.
I care about what I do. I'm anxious because I want to put on performance. I want to do what I do at the highest level and be able to come out healthy and victorious. So yeah, you do get anxious.
Can't wait for this, man. I wish you the best.
Thank you, brother.
I feel like you're one of the faces of boxing right now. I love the fact that you took this opportunity. I love that it's happening here in New York, that you're going after, the.
Okay. And the reason I played that right quick, one thing Xander Zayas is not doing is taking this shit lightly, bro. He's not taking this lightly. The man is waking up, drenching sweat. Not because he's nervous and he's scared, because he's in a fight. He's waking up and he's in a fight. He's fought Jaron Boots Ennis arguably 5 to 10 times already, bro. This is going to be his 15th time fighting him when he gets in the ring with him. That being said, what's the assignment, Angelo? What's the assignment?
Here you go, man. I love this fight, guys. Like I love the build up to it. It's a real build up. Every storyline's being done correctly. I already even advised you guys if it's plus 400 or more, you should put money on Zayas because it's boxing and anything can happen. I mean, Boots could tear his shoulder in the second round and then, whatever. And then, you win your money, right? I mean, shit, man, I should have put some kind of money in Justin Gaethje, but I honestly didn't believe he could do it. Right. But that was a 6-1 and he fucking beat the shit out of Ilia Topuria. So anything can happen. Anything can happen. Having said that, though, what was it, Ray Davis, that Ali used to say? Boy, if you dream about beating me, you better wake up and apologize, right? And I think that Boots is bringing that type of energy to Xander. I think Xander will have the crowd, and we see the game plan. Everybody who is pushing and pulling for Xander to win, and I know what you're talking about, Ray. You're like, I see something. All right, cool. Remember Oscar De La Hoya and Felix Trinidad? Who'd they give that fight to? I'm just wondering, right? Because
But Oscar,
Trinidad. Okay, no. But that was the
Oscar
plan.
played himself in that fight.
No, but that was the plan. That was the plan. Hey, man, just stay away. Just move around. Just outbox him. Who'd the judges in New York gave it to? Right? I'm just saying. Right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the boogeyman, the come forward guy, the guy who could switch left, who could switch right, who got more knockouts on his resume than Xander Zayas got total wins. If it's a close round, you don't think the guy that's moving forward is going to be the one that gets the round? All right. So Xander has to do more than barely win a round, Ray Davis. He's got to make sure he won a round without question. It's got to be like, nah, man, Boots really didn't do anything. Like Boots tried to throw a couple of punches and he missed, and Xander was just popping his jab and doing that. And I say this to tell you this too, right, Ray Davis? So I was at the Zuffa Boxing 7 card, and there's this Bay Area kid named Sugar Sarai Mamatovic, right? He was a heavy underdog against the Frenchman, the French IBO youth champion, whatever, right? He knocked the kid down and everything. If you watch that entire teleclass, Andre Ward, Max Kellerman, they're like, yeah, man, Sarai's boxing the shit out of him. Mm-hmm. The judges' scorecard was still majority decision, brother, because there's a visual to a hard-hitting power fighter who comes forward, right? There's a visual to it. That's also how Trinidad was able to steal judges or steal rounds. So Xander has to overperform. Clay, what's the assignment? Xander, you got to overperform, brother, just to win a round. And you got to hope that you overperform in 7 of these MFers. 7 of them. Just to barely win. Because there is no world, Ray Davis, that I believe Xander Zayas can dominate by boxing Boots Ennis. There's no world that even exists. I could dream it 100 times with sweats like Xander's talking about. There is no dream, Xander, that you have dreamt where you outmaneuvered and outboxed Boots Ennis for 12 rounds.
I got it.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me land this, Ray. Let me land this. So, why am I saying I'm picking Boots Ennis? Say what you will about whatever and hate on Boots all you want. But did he beat Karen or did he not?
Definitely beat him. In every round. In every round.
Yeah. So whatever it's like you guys are picking up weaknesses. It's the same thing that you used to do with Floyd. Yeah, but Floyd didn't look that good against Castillo. Well, what happened the second time? Yeah, dominated him, right? Well, Floyd didn't really get that good against Miguel Cotto. Well, what do you do though? Coming out, knowing that he's about to go to jail. He still beat Cotto, right? So hate what you want to hate on Boots Ennis, but the assignment is still the same, Clay. And this is where I'm going to land my plane, Ray Davis, because you said the best thing for boxing would be if Xander Zayas were to win. Okay, that's a version of a Marvel universe that could absolutely be true. The version I want is this fight needs to be so good, Claymore. It needs to be so good, like Roberto Duran versus Sugar Ray Leonard 1, that it warrants a rematch that will be shown on TNT for free. Because if Boots puts your boy away, not your boy, Ray, I'm talking about the people who are going to stand.
Yeah, keep you cooking. You cooking.
If Boots puts his ass away in 6 rounds or less and knocks him out, you know what's sad? The people who should be giving Boots credit, Ennis, will say, see, Xander wasn't ready. He was too young. Top Rank pushed him into the fight. And Boots ain't going to get the credit for it. Boots ain't going to get the credit for it. They're going to act like Boots Ennis just beat Zurdo Ramirez or something, right? Yeah. That's what they're going to act like. Instead of actually praising him and giving him the credit for fighting someone that would beat Sebastian Fundora, that would beat Virgil Ortiz. But Boots is just that good.
I agree.
And then it's going to do this to Xander's career. See what Top Rank does? Top Rank just, sets him up, builds him up. But when it's finally time to do the real test, they're never ready. You see, like Richard Torres. Look what happened to Richard Torres, right? And that's what's sad. That will be bad for boxing. So the worst thing that can happen to boxing is Boots Ennis packs his ass up. That's the worst thing.
Oh, yeah.
The
Absolutely.
best thing that can happen for boxing is Sugar Ray Leonard versus Roberto Duran 1. It's that close.
I agree.
That's how I land my plane.
Listen, I agree. I agree with you 1,000%. And I actually think it goes to a split decision on Boots' side. But I would say that one click you were looking for or timeline, we had a guy named El Rayo who ran all fight, bouncing his fist in distance and keeping his distance off of a Pitbull Cruz who was very aggressive, never able to get settled, never able to do the fights that he usually does. So things like this can happen. It is anomalies, right? We can even say to a degree, Zepeda chasing Shakur down all fight, but Shakur stood there when he needed to, move when he had to, and he was able to nullify that fight and win with a high volume puncher that was trying to close the distance all fight. So what happens? These are moments in time where these things happen, and we have to be respectable because we don't know what's going to happen. Xander may stand in front of him, right? We may be thinking he's going to back up, but he may stand there. He may run him in those pockets because you know what I'm going to tell you? Clay, I'm going to just tell him. When Boots is fighting it and he feels comfortable, his feet get weird. His waist does not control his body. He's just throwing punches from angles, which everybody says, yo, he's the matrix. He can throw from different angles, right? He's doing that. Xander may be playing on that. He may want him in the pocket. Best time to land a shot is when somebody's off balance, right? Boots puts himself in those positions. He puts himself in those positions where he's off balance and the chin is up. The chin is up.
Yeah, he's been in those positions, but he's also showed that he has a very sturdy chin. So,
yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying that I don't think Xander's going to hurt him, but I'm not betting on that necessarily.
Right.
I'm betting on him getting hit clean in this fight. Boots will get hit clean in this fight, but one thing I'm getting from both of you guys, if this goes to 12 rounds, the judges are going to matter, and there is an art to delivering the message. The aesthetics matter. O'Shaquie Foster against Raymond Ford. O'Shaquie made sure he delivered the message to the judges. O'Shaquie Foster versus Robinson Conceição. He was outboxing Robinson Conceição. We looked at a big robbery. He didn't deliver the message to the judges, and they gave it to Robinson Conceição. So this is going to be a fight to where Xander Zayas is going to have to make sure in every round he has his moments. He's going to have to make sure he's winning these rounds. He can't just outpoint him. He has to make sure he's paying attention to those judges. And every time he goes to that corner, he has to know if he won that round, and if he lost that round, he needs to make sure that he wins the next round. A lot of people are picking this fight to go 12. A lot of the Boots fans obviously are looking for Boots to do what he's got a reputation of doing, which is ending this fight inside of 9 rounds. If it goes to the judges, the assignment for Xander is win these rounds and win these rounds in a definite way. Has Xander Zayas' experience put him in a position to where he knows what that looks like and what he's supposed to do? Has he been confronted with that issue and had to do that? I don't think he has. But I'm giving him a lot of credit on being very intelligent and his team very, very intelligent. I love the breakdown. Real quick, before I put the link up, I'm going to throw the link up real quick here and get some people up here. We're only going to do like a half an hour, 45 minutes, people. So I'm going to be very, I'm going to be handling
one person only.
Yeah,
one person
maybe
only.
2, but I'm going to get you out of there. You're going to do your thing, and I'm going to pull you down and pull the next person up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to keep this thing going like I normally do. I got stuff to do.
And one more thing is,
I do want to
beat the champ.
I mean, that's part of it as well. That's and Jaron Boots Ennis's assignment is to be disciplined. But at the same time, I push back at that and I say, Jaron Boots Ennis' assignment might be not to change the game. Leave the party. Well, who brought you to the party?
Yep.
You try to become all boxer and all fundamentally sound and all whatever the hell it is that we're scrutinizing you for. Jaron Boots Ennis. Yeah, tune us out. Tune us out. We complain.
Don't worry about what these people are saying, man. Just do you.
Don't listen to us, bro. We ain't been in you know what I mean? Don't fuck around and listen to us. Trust me. Because we talking shit, but you the fighter. Don't do that. Do what you've been doing. And
respect both
the
of
best
them guys.
version of Boots versus the best version of Xander. Both guys have to believe the best version of themselves win that fight. But Boots, remember who the best version of yourself is. Don't let the noise get. That's Boots' assignment. Don't let the noise get in your head. Do what you do. Do what you've been doing. Fight your fight. People try to say the same shit about Roy Jones. Oh, he leaves the hands low. He's been one day somebody gonna catch him, and he's had a crazy career until obviously he bumped into Antonio Tarver. But you got to do you. Xander, win these rounds, man. Xander has to be cerebral and has to make sure that I love both of your takes. I think both your takes really encompass the whole entire fight and what it's going to be about, man. I really think it did that. Good job, guys. Real quick before I open up the panel, I do want to address rumors circulating in the space right now. Rolly Romero versus Teofimo Lopez. What do you guys think about that news? What do you think about that fight? Sanctioning bodies never fail us, right? But
yeah, the sanctioning bodies are diabolical play. But I remember I told you about this when they did the whole Aiden Ross thing, right? I said, Theo's not going to sign with Zuffa no more because basically he wasn't getting no love from Dana or Hunter Campbell, and then this is the pivot, right? The pivot is this. I think that what people will be surprised at, because I got a feeling, is the promoter that Tio will sign with. I think
that's what I'm wondering. Is it the PBC?
You know who I think it might actually be? And this is going to be crazy. It's going to come out of left field. Well, let me ask you a question, Clay. Who's Keith Connolly been working closely with lately? Not Zuffa. Don't say Zuffa.
Top Rank?
No, who's he been working with closely? Who's Keith Connolly been working with closely lately?
Queensberry?
Yes. No. So why not Frank Warren? Why not Frank Warren be the one guy that takes a shot at promoting Tio? He likes the American side of things, right? He's helping promote Jared Anderson right now. So why not include Tio to the bunch, right? And have 147. He gave Brandon Lee a shot, just didn't work out with Brandon Lee. Doesn't mean he's not looking for like a disruptive type of a popular star. We've also seen Teofimo Lopez training in the UK. Tio's been talking about, hey, I like training out here. I wouldn't be surprised, man. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Queensberry, maybe working with the Rolly thing and them trying to figure that out. And we'll see, man. We'll see. But like you said, Clay, it's just confusing to me because who's the real? Will the real WBA champion please stand up?
It's Rolly. Rolly Romero is the real champion, bro.
HLD will tell us, and I think Oscar plays a part in that. Golden Boy may have a secret weapon there for Tio.
Let's pull him up. HL, what's good, brother?
What's going on, mi gente? What's going on?
Good, man. Doing good, man. It's fight week. You were asking for this one, man. You've been waiting on this one, man. So listen, man. I thought both Angelo and Ray made some good. I thought that was a good little build. What do you think about the build?
The one part where Ray's talking about that Xander's got to have to do all this extra stuff to win a round. No, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all. Not the way Xander fights. He's an in and out pocket. He's not a runner. It's not like he's on his back foot all night. He just a distance control. He knows how to get into danger and get out of it and come back out. So his pressure is pressure. It's not a running on your back foot all night type of thing. So yeah, when Xander's on his front foot, he's coming at you. So I don't think there's going to be an issue with that. But I mean, other than that, I mean, the other perspective is better for boxing and this and that. I mean, my bias is going to say, yeah, for Xander, it's better for boxing overall. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to throw it. Did you look at how they even dressed facing each other yesterday, bro? I mean, like one guy is clean cut looking like, yo, man, I'm $1 million man. And the other guy, looking like, bro, man, can I get 25 cents? I'm like, what the hell's going on here, bro? I mean, Boots needs a stylist, bro. Anyway, outside of that, I just think that one guy is made to be like that next type of golden boy type of kid, and he could bring in the big bucks from all sorts of promotional venues out there, So I see that happening as far as what's better for boxing. But as far as breaking down this fight, it's really gonna come down. I mean, yeah, I'm pushing my guy, but I think it's a 50-50 fight. I really do. And I think this is my take of what I've been saying when it comes down to, can Boots overcome all of his technical flaws with his athleticism, and can Xander neutralize Boots' athletic gifts? And when it comes and that's what it comes down. You guys just said it right now. Boots cannot change who he is. I'll just, he's gonna come out and turn into Superman on Saturday because he's never shown us. I'm sorry. He is not Clark Kent. He is what he is, and that's what it is. He got no more extra tools and I don't want to hear all that. Both guys are going to be what they are. We know Xander is not a devastating puncher, and so I'm not going to expect him to come in there trying to be a devastating puncher. He's going to win the fight the way he's been winning, and Boots is going to win it the way he's been winning. And whoever can neutralize with each other's whatever they bring that night is going to be the successful guy. My opinion, the more technical guy, the more disciplined guy, the guy who's running to the fight, because that's Xander. Xander's running to this fight. I want this fight. He didn't need to. He's running to it. I think he's got the bigger heart. I think he's got the bigger, I got to fight for my people type of thing, bigger than what Boots has got. And I'm sorry, that carries a long way. We will die for that. As Puerto Ricans, we will die for that flag. And so I believe he's got the bigger on that. And I believe because of that discipline, because of his dedication, because of his IQ, he's going to pull this off.
I love it, man. I think it is. And I think Ray was talking a little bit about that a little bit. That's going to be a big part in this, the mental discipline and the ability to stick to the assignment, to handle the assignment and not veer off. This is going to be a big part of this conversation. And yeah, Xander has a mental thing going on that I'm recognizing throughout the whole buildup of this fight, man. He's been getting himself mentally. And listen, guys, 70 to 80% mental, 30 to 20% physical, man. Boots comes in with a lot of physical attributes. He's very athletic, very, very explosive. He does. What looks like Xander's been sitting inside of a room meditating. You know what I mean? For like, one thing he's not coming into this is mentally weak, bro. Yeah, this fight's going to be a great fight. I appreciate you, HL, man. Thank you, brother.
All right, my man. Peace out, guys.
Peace. Chris Edwards, man, I'm going to pull you up here because I don't think I've ever had you on the panel before. If I have, remind me. But how you doing, brother?
You haven't. Nah, man. And I don't got no dog in this race, though, man. But I think,
yes, sir.
I think this fight, man, is going to determine the next era of boxing. Like, it's gonna be, I think it's an overall like race for the face of boxing, even down to 47 and all of that, right? If you look at Top Rank, man, like the history of Top Rank, everybody knows they are what? Known for their matchmaking, correct? That's the narrative, correct?
Yes, sir.
What people got to understand is that also works both ways. Like, if you look at Abdullah Mason, who's 23, they're bringing him along slow. They're not gonna throw him just out there because they know he's not ready for certain fighters and shit, right? Now, Zach has been signed to them for a long time, man. I think since he was like 15 or shit like that. Yeah, something like that. So that matchmaking, I think, also comes to play here because he's the same age as Abdullah Mason. He just was that damn Super Bowl halftime show. He got a lot of upside and shit like that. And I don't know who has a DAZN subscription, but I watched this shit the other night, right, on DAZN. They were breaking down. You can actually go in the DAZN app and look at it. They were breaking down the flaws and strengths of Xander and Boots, right? And now it makes sense. Overall, what I'm saying is Top Rank would not have took this fight if they didn't know that he could beat that man. I'm telling you, man. Like Boots got it. I'm telling you, I feel like Boots, you got to be right in front of him, man. He gonna let loose them combinations, hand speed. But I'm talking about like he's very, very. I'm talking about flaw. And Xander, I think they think he like a Mexican or something. But he fight like he black for real.
They call him the Puerto Rican Devin Haney.
And listen, man, I think Xander gonna fuck. And Xander and look, and then too, he been saying it like he be like, man, I'm gonna fuck around and come in there 1-8 after he gonna lean on him. He ain't gonna be in front of him. He gonna pick his spots. I wouldn't be surprised if he stopped Boots, bro.
Wow.
That's just for the simple fact that because Top Rank ain't known for letting on paper, he shouldn't be taking this fight. Right?
That's what they say.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, Abdullah, they ain't pushing Abdullah like this. They the same age. and you
Yeah.
gonna throw him, they have to see something. So I'm definitely I think he could fuck around and stop him, man.
Wow. I appreciate the take, man. Yeah, it's gonna be, that's why this fight is what it is, man, because it's gonna help this. And shout out to Terrence Crawford, bro. And it's like, where did you come up with Terrence Crawford? Why'd you bring him up? Terrence Crawford issued a challenge to the next generation of boxers, and the challenge is challenge yourself, bro.
Right.
Go for the greatness, bro.
Right.
On the back end of that, your name will ring bells for decades.
And can I
You
say
can
one
do that,
thing?
or you can make all the money too. Go for it. Do what you do.
Can I just chime in with one more thing too, man?
Uh-huh.
Like the whole narrative as if Terrence duck Boots and things, that's foolishness. The man with
Of course. Yeah.
he didn't have to fight him. Like that's like if Floyd at the height of his career would have fought Crawford when he was young. Nobody was asking for Floyd to go fight a young Bud, because Bud was around when Floyd was fighting.
Right.
Nobody said go fight that guy Bud.
Yeah. Floyd didn't even fight Keith. He's like, I'm out of here, bro. Keith can go beat up on Sean and everybody. I'm not fighting Keith. I'm out of here. I'm done.
Kind of disrespectful to even be asking Terrence Crawford to even. I'm not saying that Bud would. Of course, I feel like he'll beat him, but like, come on, man, what are we talking about, bro?
Yeah, I think what's nasty is trying to say that if he doesn't fight Boots, he's not Terrence. And I think that's what's insulting about it, right? Like, he ain't proven himself yet. He ain't proven himself yet.
Yeah.
Nah, he got to fight Boots. What?
He's not. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, right? This been the whole play. I've been saying this for weeks. If Boots win, because I believe Devin can beat Boots too. If Boots do beat Xander, Devin going to 54 for Boots. But if Xander win, Devin gonna have to fight Keyshawn because they both top rank, and top rank ain't gonna let Devin jump the line. So the Haney's got their fingers crossed, hoping Boots win, because I think Devin can beat Boots.
Right.
I just really think that boy is really, really flawed, man. I just really do.
No doubt.
But
hey,
yeah,
Chris, I appreciate it. I got some people in the back, man. Come up again, man. I love the take, man. I love it. I thought you articulated it well, and I think you put in real perspective. Everybody who's been speaking on this fight is just so interesting, man. I love that all these different angles and all these different takes. So please, man, don't be ashamed.
Monday. If not, then they go push the Keyshawn. That's why they started.
No doubt.
Yeah. But yeah,
right,
y'all show, man.
Peace. I am 444 in the building, man. You know I'm waiting on your take, man. I know who you going with, but you don't have to make us believers, baby. Make us believers. It's fight week, baby.
It's quite easy, man. Number one, Xander is a champion, holds 2 belts. And as much as people want to overlook that, Boots needs to prove it to him. He needs to take it away from him, in my opinion. He's the one that holds the cards. He's the one that chose Boots. Boots didn't choose him. If you look at their last 2 fights, Xander had a more tougher opponent. Okay, I don't care what no one says. 23 years old. Look at what he has accomplished at 23. When Boots was 23, nowhere around. Can't even touch it. We can't even compare it. The bottom line is this. Xander is very sure of himself. He understands the flaws. He's watched them. And as much people want to overlook that Karen fight, you cannot overlook it. That Karen fight was very telling. And Reyes, I hear what you said about Floyd Mayweather-Castillo fight, but guess what happened, though? What did Floyd Mayweather do in the second fight, though? He made it undeniable, all right? But that first fight, it don't take away from the first fight, though, right? The first fight, people thought Floyd arguably lost that fight, okay? What did Boots do in the second Karen fight? Guess what? It was basically the same version of the other fight, but just a different way. Pretty much. Nothing special happened. Nothing special, right? So when we're looking at a fighter you look at a Boss Baru, you tell me what fighter that Boots been in that can take that level of pressure, consistent pressure, relentless pressure, and watching Xander handle that.
No, that's a great question.
Don't answer because I want him to do his take so we can move through.
Okay. My bad. So yeah, I'm going with Xander. Xander is mentally prepared. You see, when a man visualizes this day in and day out, people overlooking that. They're underestimating that. Underestimating the power of that. This dude is in his dreams, fighting and sweating. He's realized every possible outcome, good or bad. Now, I'm going to leave it at this. I don't care about the judges in this fight. I think that's a very weak point. We live in a boxing era where judges are corrupt. So guess what? I'm not going to rely on the judges to tell me who wins this fight. At the end of the day, I'm factoring in that Xander could get robbed. I'm factoring in that Boots can get robbed. So in my opinion, I'm gonna watch it with my own eyes, and I'm gonna come with my own understanding and judgment. So don't use judging as an element to justify what Xander has to do. Because I done seen, like, and Ray, you made a very good point with Pitbull. Guess what? We done seen fights where people are pity patting and winning fights. We done seen fights where the pressure wins the fight. So I don't know what to think when it comes to that. We know that judges are flawed and we know that judges are corrupt. So what we should do in this fight, we should just appreciate the fight for what it is and allow our own eyes and intelligence to determine who wins that fight. If the judge gets it right, then guess what? We say, hey, the judge got it right this time. The judges got it right. That's my take on this. I ain't gonna eat up too much time. I know you're trying to roll.
Yeah. I appreciate you.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say 444. First of all, my whole point about Floyd Mayweather is he was that dominant. I was comparing him as if he was Boots, right? Like that's what I was trying to say. My Floyd point was that. Secondly, when you're like, oh well, who's Boots fought? That's Abbas Baru. I'll tell you exactly who Boots has fought. That I think is actually better than Abbas Baru. His name's Stanionis.
Oh my God,
and that's just me.
Don't
oh my God, me brother.
May I respond, Clay, before I go?
No, because you asked, what do you honestly think? There's not going to be people on the chat 444 that's going to tell you that Abbas Baru would have gotten done dirty the same way Stanionis got done dirty?
I'll respond. I got you on that, Reyes, but I have to say this. Stanionis on a 2-year layoff. You cannot compare that Stanionis and that Baras Baru, but that Baras Baru would definitely be the 2-year layoff Stanionis. You can miss me with that one, buddy. Try again. You see, we don't think in the present. See, we just want to get off the hype.
You can have your opinion, and I can have my opinion. So let's ask the chat. Chat, what would Boots Ennis have done to Abbas Baru? Go ahead and tell me.
I mean, that's a different question than comparing. I'm just gonna be honest. I think Boots would have knocked out Abbas Baharu, but I think Abbas Baharu would beat Stanionis. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Yoenis Celez would beat Stanionis, but it is what it is.
And before I go, Clay, and I'm out. And this is what I think. Boots Abbas Baharu would have been Bakram, but he let Josh Kelly get that fight, and Josh Kelly won that fight off of you. We saw the fight. Okay, right. So keep that in mind. I'm out.
No doubt. Appreciate you, 444. Man, they cooking. They coming up here cooking. Oh, I got so many people in the background. Lord child. Hey, yo, Juan Dela Cruz, turn your camera on. I don't know you, bro. I just want to make sure you're a person. You don't got to come up here with your camera. Okay, cool. Perfect. You can go back. I know you don't want to show your face. You don't got to, unless you're comfortable.
Yeah, I'm at work. Right. I'm at work. That's why. I'm on break, actually. But I just wanted to tell you guys, man, I respect your work, man. You guys, what's going on with the new Sufa signing? When is that news coming out, man? I've been Zeusified thanks to you guys, man.
Juan is, Juan is an awesome Zuffa person. He's got all the Dominicans coming. Oh, you remember? Oh no, I know you, Juan. I know you, brother. I always wonder why. You always try to go to all these spaces that are hating on Zuffa. Why don't you come to a space that actually?
Because I'll be battling, and I'll be at work. I'll be at work doing a lot of overtime, but man, I love going in. I love battling these jokers. They don't know what's coming. They don't know what's behind Zuffa. Exactly. And wait till this merger comes with Warner Bros. Oh man, they don't know what's coming. They have no idea. They think this is a regular old promoter.
And Juan, we want to have you on more often. I don't know if it's a nighttime thing with you, but let me tell you guys something about Juan. He's actually seen the Zuffa contracts. So that's why I stuck with
my friend
knows what he's looking at. So all you Zuffa haters who keep messing with me, like everything I've ever said about Zuffa from last year to now has all become true. Has it
NFL type contracts.
Exactly.
Incentives.
And you know what? You know why I don't even show up to those shows no more, because they're just gonna hate on me for telling the truth, brother. So that's why I don't do it. I got my own thing going on, being the co-host of ATP Combat Media. If you guys want to get Zuffa news, then you come to ATP Combat Media. Other than that, try to tell me who else is going to tell you the truth about Zuffa. You know, Juan.
I'm telling you right now, everything you guys have said here, spot on. Spot on. I'm like, y'all got an inside man. Y'all have to have an inside man.
I know some people, Juan. I know some people, but
I got a good relationship with.
They don't want to listen to me.
I got a good relationship. My brother's fighting there on the main card this weekend with De Los Santos.
I'm
hoping
picking him to
him.
win, by the way, just so that you know. I picked him to win.
I hope.
All right.
Listen, I want Roger to come in strong. I want to see the best fight. I told them, be prepared, because this ain't the same Rayo. Be ready. It might be another war. So let's see what another fight that nobody's talking about. The Bear Patel and Robert Hirsch on that undercard. That's gonna be another banger.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
That's a good
Oh
fight.
yeah.
I'm a
That's
super
yeah.
fan, brother. I've been watching these guys from the first show. I'm telling
Well,
you,
listen,
man.
it's a movement. And I think people who love boxing really can't help but. I mean, you could be leery. It's okay, right? Because I get the whole Dana White thing. I get it, but nah, bro. This is gonna be. He gonna do the same thing he did with the UFC. He's gonna make it huge, bro. And you're gonna have to if you love boxing, you're gonna have to watch Zuffa boxing in spite of Dana, bro. Because you're not gonna be able to look past good fights, bro. You ain't gonna continue to look past great fights. You just can't. That's not the way it
Clay,
works.
you know
for
what
a
it
real
is to
boxing
fight,
fan.
to watch your prelims, to watch a card and not know who's gonna win, and see
Yes,
3 or 4
I do.
upsets. Oh my! Like I'm enjoying these shows.
No doubt,
I'm
man.
enjoying these shows. When are these news are coming up? When are these signings coming out? Cause Dana White, man, his post interviews, man, are like movie. It's like popcorn for me. I'll be like,
I like
The
you once.
transparency, right? The
I'll let you know.
transparency is crazy.
Yeah, I'll let you know in private. But
I
pretty
sent you
soon,
a DM too.
Did you?
On
All right.
IG.
Hey, actually, you're coming here this week, right? You're going to be here for the fight, right?
Clark was gonna pay for my tickets, man, but my wife didn't want me to leave. She needs help with the kids.
Oh, damn!
But I'm gonna be
You're not
honest
gonna
with
come to
you.
Vegas?
I've been in training camps. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work, brother. I'm telling you, I'd rather be home watching the fight. Brothers, I'm gonna keep watching y'all. God bless. Take care, man. It's a pleasure always.
Thank you,
Juan,
Juan.
I DM'd you already on IG.
All right. I'm gonna get a hold of you, brother.
Good shit,
that's
man. I love
that's
that.
my guy, man.
Hey,
That's
70 plus
that's the
people in
guy
the
holding
building.
down the Zuffa banner everywhere else. That's my guy.
70 plus people in the building, man. Definitely hit the like button. I haven't asked y'all to do that. I'm assuming y'all doing that. Hit the like button if you haven't done it. Support the grind. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel as well. Let me pull up the next guy here. Let's see. Man, there's so many people. Hold on a second, man. I gotta bring him up. Khalid Muhammad in the building. What's good, family?
What's good, bro? How you doing?
I already know I brought you up because I know you got them takes. I know you technical. I know you cerebral, and you're gonna lead us to the promised land, brother. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. Salute, bro. So I'm gonna go with Boots Ennis to win the scrap. However, I do have a concern in him in the fight because of what I saw him do with Karen. You know, especially in the first fight. You know, he didn't really cut off the ring well. He was kind of loading up on shots. He didn't use the jab to like come to Karen. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. So I just had to see if he's learned how to do that. You know, we thought that we were gonna be able to see that in like the second Karen fight, but Karen chose to fight a different way. He like gave him some angles. He was kind of in like range a little more, and you know he was just doing some different things. Karen was like a very crafty fighter. He was very good. You know what I'm saying? Like he ended up losing to I think Patty Donovan, but he went 24 with Boots Ennis. Maybe that might have ruined him, but you know what I'm saying? He ended up he ended up doing well in that fight, well as far as you went 24, you didn't really win that many rounds. You like won a couple, like you got knocked down, but you still, did some things that like made us kind of question Busen's skill set. So I just want to see if if Xander Zayas chooses to fight at long range, what I'm saying, if that is the game plan, which I would think it would be that, because if he fighting on the inside with a Jaron Busen's, that's a long day. Even at like mid range, that's a long day. But if he fighting at long range, gonna make him come, run him into shots, use the educated jab hand, and try to keep him at bay with that. I can see that, see that working for him. But I'm like still picking Boots because I think Boots has learned from it and like will be better, but I have to see it though. Like guys in Philly, if you listen to those gentlemen, they like very passionate and like, what I'm saying that Boots is gonna watch him. I still will have to see him kind of overcome that or just display that boxing coming forward with the proper fundamentals as far as head movement with the jab, cutting off the ring. I was just watching Triple G do it with Canelo in like the first fight. Like he was coming to him with the jab, he was cutting the ring off, he was right there. Like you got to be able to do that. You got to have head movement, defense, and all that. So I am concerned about that part, but as long as he can do that, I think that he should be able to win the fight. So
No
yeah,
doubt.
man. Yeah. Hey, what I would now look, my man Reyes has an issue with Emilio Vargas. You think that maybe he's being moved a little too slow, or like you want him to step up in competition? Why is that?
Well,
He's 17. Oh, go ahead, Clay. Go ahead.
I think at the end of the day, the conversation is really around him going into a title fight next or a title eliminator. And the reality is, off of what? Off the back of beating Bryce Mills? Has he been challenged? Has he been shout out to Top Rank. They know how to develop their fighters. But this man is number 2 in the WBO rankings. And in his interview he did with Sean Zattel, he said in his next fight, he's looking for a title eliminator or a title shot. And the question is, title shot next for Emiliano Vargas? And that's the question, right? But I mean, feel free to speak on it. Are you in agreement with that?
No, I don't think it should be next. I wouldn't do it next. Like when I listen to Brad Goodman kind of talk about like, like their plans for Vargas, they are really taking their time with him. You know what I'm saying? Especially after, I think not only Top Rank, but his father, who was maybe arguably rushed in like his career, but he had like a lot of outside of the ring things going on, but he might have been like a little rushed, but they see a gem with him. Like they see a potential superstar as far as like, he's a likable guy. He has the look, he has the skill of kind of flash in the ring. He has an entertaining type of style. He needs to work on his defense a little bit, but he has a certain way that he fights that's captivating for like television and things like that. So I think that they should maybe take a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? He only got 16 fights and things like that. Like that's a lot of I mean, I'm sorry, that's like not enough fights for me. I think that
Right.
we like moving guys a little bit too fast. You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't even had a 12 rounder or like some more 10 rounders yet. Like we
Right.
need to see him in there with like a former champ. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody else in the rankings and things like that. It's some other steps that need to be taken before we get to titles and things of that nature. He probably got to chill a little bit. Like, let's see if he even stopped Bryce. Like, let's see how's that fight gonna go. We got to see how that fight looks. You know what I'm saying? I want to see if he's gotten better from the last fight, because although he did like a lot of good things in his last fight, right? And I think he ended up stopping the guy.
He
He
did.
was like my man was. Turning that shoulder, landing that right hand on him, like especially in that second and third round, I believe he was turning that shoulder, landing that right hand on him like a few times and things like that. So, and he gave him some resistance as far as the guy Vargas was fighting, but he still does need to tighten some things up. You know what I'm saying? Probably need to work on the jab a little bit more. He goes to the body very well, and he could box. He has good hand speed, but we just want to see different facets and see if you like adding to your game and see if the defense is getting better, because at the highest level, it really comes down to your defense and like how you can neutralize a guy with your defense and shit like that. So I just want to see that. What you think about the Jihad Tucker and like the guy he fighting? Who you got in that fight?
I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm leaning towards the Dominican Republic right now. I ain't gonna lie. I think Jihad Tucker be taking a little too many chances. I think he mixes it up sometimes, get caught up in the fight. I think he gets lulled into fights unnecessarily. Other times I see him box, really take his time and box, but I've seen him get lulled into a fight, and I think he's in with a lot of power. I mean, that's a homecoming fight for him. He's a Long Islander. He's from New York, man. He's from around my way. So I'm definitely cheering for Jihad Tucker, but this is probably the most 50-50 fight on the card outside of what somebody may think about Zayas and Boots. I mean, but outside of that, this is the fight right here where I'm literally really split 50-50 down the middle. But I feel like I'm leaning towards Dominican Republic. I ain't gonna lie.
I haven't seen my man's fight enough. I know he punching. I know he got 13 scraps, 12 knockouts, and things like that, or like some along them lines. You know what I'm saying? He might be 14 with 12 or some along them lines. So, but those are still prospect type of things. You know what I'm saying? Those still prospect type things. So this is the first real guy he's been in there with. This really a step up fight for him. And Gerard and Jihad been in there with guys like Trunk Simpson, and he been in there with some decent competition. So, and he
Trunk
could
was a good
box.
test.
Yeah, for sure it was. That was a very good test. That was a good fight too. That was a
Yeah,
very good fight. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So it's I like what Jihad does. He gonna give you some angles. He gonna give you some head movement and some defense. He got some solid footwork and all that. So you know, I would probably favor him. But let me go back to Boots and Xander real quick because I don't want to take up too much of y'all time. But
It's all
uh,
good.
Boots and Xander. So look, there's a lot of I think Boots winning the fight because I think that's what's like a talking point. What's really better for boxing and shit like that.
Right.
I think that a Jerron Boots Ennis is actually the better winner for boxing from this standpoint. If we've been looking at, the algorithm games or like the social media games, that Keyshawn Davis, Shakur, David Haney, and Tank Davis have been playing, what I'm saying? I understand what it's for, to get the algorithm going, marketing, all these buzzwords that's like used to kind of build up, guys like your show, Clay, talking about it. That's what they trying to do. One could argue that maybe these dudes is in a group chat together. Hey man, y'all trying to turn up Twitter real quick and all that. You know what I'm saying? They just, like because that's what it looked like. The shit be out of nowhere. So, but these are the guys who are talked about on a consistent basis. Like their names are circulating in the sport. And outside of Tank Davis and to a certain degree, Keyshawn Davis, like the style or the way that they approach boxing from a mentality standpoint is just to kind of win with very minimal risk.
Hmm.
Whereas if you have a Jerron Boots Ennis who's going to skillfully look to break you down brutally while having a good entertainment style I'm sorry, entertaining style for TV, but really trying to hurt you, stop you, like set you up with the jab, but still land combinations, have good defense. But I'm in here to stop you and knock shit out. That's
Hmm.
kind of really what we need right now. You know what I'm saying? Like guys is too much on the second half of Floyd Money Mayweather mentality, and they don't want to deal with the pretty boy part where pretty boy was stopping shit, knocking shit out, trying to hurt you.
Right.
Money Mayweather was at a different point in his career. Body was a little different. Mentally was just on another level. So he know how to neutralize you, and he was just trying to keep getting the paydays. Versus these guys is trying to do the same thing, but like the age and like the mindset maybe shouldn't be there yet. And then I'm not saying go out there and do sock 'em, bock 'em shit or get in just to like a lot of wars or nothing like that. But I'm saying that if your defense and your jab and if you have all this skill that you say you have, then you should be looking to break a guy down with boxing. You can box a guy and break him down and look to stop him. They're not even trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just whereas a Jerron Bucenis is starting to let his personality out a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And starting to show that side of him. But just what he does in the ring, like the brutality and like the violence that he shows is kind of what's necessary or what's remnants as far as like some of the old school like Four Kings or even the 2000s, 90s, whatever era, 50s, 60s, 70s, like whatever era you want to look at, he kind of has that, especially for the black fighter, if I'm gonna be frank with it. If I'm gonna just
Hmm.
keep it a buck and just take it there, as far as the
Hmm.
black fighter is concerned, like we kind of need that. Like we kind of need like, you know what I'm saying? Because Tank Davis is he's too inconsistent. We don't really know where he is mentally right now. We hearing different things, but he not rumbling. You know what I'm saying? Like, last time we saw him fight, it was very flat. You know what I'm saying? Roach did beat him, so he kind of got to rebuild some shit back up. He on the internet playing games because we not talking about him and shit
Uh-huh.
like that. They on here faking. He faking like he about to fight Devin Haney. It don't matter what you want to do. Al Heyman at PBC dictate what you want to do. So like the boxing fan is too savvy for all that. So you
Clout
playing games
chasing.
in my face versus like a Jerron Boots Ennis, he just in here just to whoop your ass brutally.
Mhm.
So Xander Zayas, I do like him. I fuck with him. I like appreciate him as a fighter. And I think that he can move up to 160, take a fight, become a champion, fight a guy like Vito. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how he does against Boots, maybe he can even fight a guy like Yo Yo. You know what I'm saying? If he moves up, if it
Uh-huh.
if it if it if it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like if it makes sense. So Xander, long as he don't just get ruined in the fight, which I don't foresee happening, he'll be okay. But as far as what 154 needs, what boxing needs, and ultimately what like the black fighter, like that staple in like boxing, like like the American black fighter. You know what I'm saying? We kind of need a Jaron Boots Ennis from Philly with a certain type of style, with a certain type of mindset about to just I'm just in here to go in here, handle my business, brutally stop shit. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, that's my take, man. Shout out to you, brothers. Man, I
Man, I
appreciate y'all
appreciate you,
letting me get my
Blaze.
shit off, bro, man. You all have an excellent day.
You too, family. Respect, man. Respect, man. Thank you.
Great take.
Let me bring in my brother Blaze, pound for pound in the building. Blaze.
Fellas,
What's
It's
up,
fight
fellas,
week.
Blaze?
It's fight
fellas,
week,
what's
man.
happening? It's fight week, and it's
Oh
crazy too.
man.
I told you I got my tickets to Brooklyn, and I got my ticket to the fight, but I got some family issues going on, and where I'm still in limbo whether or not I'm gonna be there or not. But nonetheless, I'm just blessed to, be able to see it because I'm gonna see it one way or another. So I ain't stressing it, even if I can't
Mhm.
make it. You dig?
Mhm.
But man, listen, man, y'all ask what's best for boxing, and it ain't who wins. It ain't either whether which one wins would be better for boxing. It is if these guys show up as they best and they are who they say they are, and they put on a great performance in the ring. Where there ain't no excuses or no reason for why anybody ain't showing up performing at their best, man. That'll be
Mhm.
what's best for boxing. Because if that's what's best for boxing, what I see in both of these opponents is whoever loses is still gonna have a bright career. Because I think these guys are both above average fighters. Now I got Boots, right? And before I seen any tape, because I was unfamiliar with Xander, I had Boots stopping him like he stopped everybody else. He's only had two opponents go more than 6 rounds with him. Vila,
Mhm.
where he stopped in 10, and Karen twice. And the Karen situation, whereas he washed Karen, but the Karen situation was tricky because he decided during the first fight to stay on the outside, not necessarily fight to win, right? But to just fight to go 12 rounds. And then he gave him a different look in the second fight and was kind of in and out and giving them more, and trying to be more aggressive, offensively, but it still really wasn't nothing to push the issue to risk getting stopped, for a win against Boots. It was like, so I look at Kieran, the Kieran situation with Boots was more of he decided that he ain't necessarily gonna win this fight, but he ain't gonna let Boots stop him. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I got, what I get a takeaway from when Boots fought Kieran. Now the thing is when I start watching Xander's tape, and I watched it from when he started at 17, because one thing about it, man, when you start looking at these boxers, one thing about great boxers is their style and how they impose their will as far as how they fight shows up in every fight. You see them make adjustments against savvy fighters, but they're able to impose their game plan and their fighting style when they get into the ring. And that's what I see with Xander. Because one thing I see with Xander is a complete fighter. He's a boxer, and in the sense of he's got a great jab. First, he got great footwork. He looks for the range. He's got savvy feet to go in and out. He jabs. And then the thing where people ain't taking into consideration with Xander is left-handed fighting orthodox. So he does a lot of work with his lead hand, and he hurts people with his lead hand, with his jab, or with the lead shots to the body, or however he leads, and he throws combinations and he mixes it up and goes to the body early and often, but also he level switches. He does move his head, he does catch and shoot. He pretty much does it all. But the thing
Mhm.
with Xander, where the deficiencies come in, is kind of like what they say about Boots. It's like he gets into these exchanges with individuals and where he feel like he got their number, and he gets hit. You know what I'm saying? And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but in the fight with Boots, he can't that mistake. And just like with Boots, Boots can't necessarily make that mistake with Xander. So how I see the fight, I really see the fight really slowing down because they both have IQ. Because the thing is like with Xander's been saying that Boots is flat-footed. And I don't necessarily think Boots is flat-footed, more so than his opponents allow him to sit on his punches and get the teeing off on him. You see what I'm saying? Once he figures out that, these guys ain't nothing to deal with, he goes in there and once he gets in position, he starts winding it up on these guys. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't been nobody who done countered this shit, got out the way, and came over the top with Boots with that when he gets to fighting like that. The thing with Xander is Xander boxes. So the first thing we're going to deal with when we're dealing with boxers is we're going to deal with who's going to establish the range with their footwork. And they're both going to be dancing. And one thing what I see about with Xander done already told Boots, he's like, I'm not going to be there. So he's going to be fighting off this back foot. But he's going to come in and out, and then he's coming with a good lead hand. I think this fight slows down the first 3 rounds. I think they both respect each other, not to get caught. And I think it's a chess match. I'm convinced that I believe it's going to get a chess match. Now, the thing is when you look at this fight too, is Xander's last fight, he was probably heavier than he ever was, and he looked slow. Right. But if you look in that fight, he showed everything in that fight as far as with a best. He fought off the back foot. He pressed the issue. You know what I'm saying? He at the end, he pretty much controlled it because he had it in the bag, and he didn't give a boss whatever a boss wanted. But the only thing with a boss is a boss had a height and a reach disadvantage against Xander that was clearly showing up. So with this fight, with somebody like Boots with similar height and reach advantage, obviously he can't fight Boots like he fought a boss. And from what it looks like, and he's 20 years old, it looks like he's gonna come in lighter, and he should be. My expectation should be in the best shape of his life. This should be as fast as he possibly can be and as sharp as he can possibly be to show up for this Boots fight. And that's where I've been getting where cats been getting it, because they be like, look at his last fight. He's like, oh, he's slow and he don't move his head and he's not fast. But it's like, all right, you just watching his last fight. Xander this would be his 15th fight at 154 too. So he's acclimated to this weight too. And we only seen one fight with Boots, and he got Lima out of there. And so that's the question mark too with Boots, is we seen him knock Lima out. So, okay, does he have punching power? And then can he take a punch at 154? And if he takes a punch at 154, does it make him, is it a punch that's worthy of respect that makes him box? Because at 147, there was nothing nobody could hit him with that would deter him from coming straight at you. And so that's what, there's a lot of questions in this fight. And so at the end of the day, I'm just as a boxing fan, I believe Boots win by decision, because at the end of the day, what I can't see what Xander can do is how dynamic Boots is with switching stances. I don't know if he'll be able to make the adjustments in real time to deal with all the looks that Boots might give him. Because if you're fighting off the back foot, you're not necessarily offensively aggressive enough to really just, have Boots on his back foot, or have Boots, not wanting to fight. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just the only thing that I can't see with Xander. But at the end of the day also, is it only take one punch or one of these guys to get caught that could change anything, that could change everything. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's so great about boxing. And so that's what I believe. I believe what's best for this sport is both of these guys come in. Hopefully, let's pray that they ain't got no injuries. They're coming in as their self. They're coming in sharp and they're focused. And then we get to see who comes out of this, because like what Angelo says, and what I believe this fight is competitive. And if it's competitive, it warrants a rematch. And if it warrants a rematch, then that's what's great about boxing, because now we can arguably say 2 of the best fighters in a weight division are actually fighting each other in their prime. You see what I'm saying? We ain't been able to get that. That's where the politics been at with all this social media stuff, with all the young cats, and you know what I'm saying, and what they got going through in these lower weight divisions. And where we see the narrative been with Boots is he been the boogeyman and ain't nobody been trying to fight him. And then we see Xander fast tracked all the way to unified champion. You see what I'm saying? So the best would be is that these guys are actually as good as they are, as good as that we believe them to be. They go in there and put in a great performance in which one of them ain't just bald, right? And then we get like a true rematch and possibly even a trilogy. And I'll just land my plane right there.
No doubt, Blaze. I appreciate the take, man. Good take, man. Thank you, brother. Good buddy. What's good, man?
Hey, I'm on. Yay! Yay! First off, let me say this. I think I just shit on myself on accident. I farted, and now the back of my leg's a little wet. I'm scared to check it. But besides, he got a Detroit Lions hat on. Detroit. You said go, Xander's. Hey, we ain't never gonna do shit with our quarterback. I'm gonna throw that out there. Xander's died. No, wait. What we talking about? We talking about Jerome Boots Ennis versus Terrence the Boat Boy Crawford. We going fishing?
We talking about Jerome Boots Ennis and Xander, bro. Come on.
I know, but he gonna end up fighting. He gonna end up fighting Terrence the Boat Butt Crawford. We gonna finish. Listen, when I think about Xander Zayas, I'm about to get completely racist on y'all. I ain't about to lie to you right now. I'm about to be honest. The reason people don't respect, because I'm one of the people too. I thought like he overrated. His defense ain't the greatest. That's because I didn't know who Cha-Cha Slide was, right? Or Stanionis, because they not American. So I wasn't giving them the credit. But when you look at how they move, it's like, bro, these little motherfuckers is moving like little rabbits. That's tough. And Boots is a boxer. So you got a boxer trying to be an aggressor. Then he trying to show out because we know he was begging for the Terrence the Boat Butt Crawford we going fishing fight. Now you trying to look pretty for these fights. You trying to knock out these Russians or whatever the Chuka train is. And now you don't look as good as you should look. With Xander Zayas, bro, listen to when I tell y'all this. Listen to what I tell you this. Every black amazing fighter, all the black greats, when they start going up, they look better. When Mayweather went to 147, nobody touched him. When who else I'm thinking about? When Shakur just went up to 140 and fought Teofimo Lopez, I'm like, damn, maybe he can go to 147. Terrence the Boat Butt Crawford went all the way to 168 and embarrassed Canelo Alvarez. What y'all think Jerome Boots about to do at 154? He about to shit on this man like I just did my draws. I'm trying to tell you right now, listen, not only is Boots too fast for him, he's too athletic. Xander Zayas is a good boxer. I'm not going to take nothing away from him. Nothing. His competition has to be better than Boots. People just don't respect Chaka-Chan or Chuka-Choo and Stanionis because they not fucking American. Can I curse? Am I cursing a lot? I'm trying not to, bro.
You cursing a lot. But you good. You good, but don't curse. Yeah, try not to curse.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to.
You gotta do. It's all good. We 3 hours in. Go ahead. Eat.
I'm smoking. Is that the same thing? Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. It's not the same. I thought it was the same. Listen what I'm telling everybody. Oh, wait. Time. Let me go left. Real quick. Zulfa, that's not this week. When's the 28th? That's like next week, ain't it? I'm going for the upset in that fight. I just want to throw that out there right now. I'm going for Rayo to beat De Los Santos. De Los Santos been out for like 3 years. Even though it was just a blood clot, I think Rayo got better since then. He lost to Antoine Gary Russell Jr. and he bit Pitbull. I think he's gotten better since then. And he's fighting under Garcia Academy. Xander Zayas has no fucking chance. I love all these Puerto Ricans who's hyping up Xander Zayas. I'm talking about every Puerto. Y'all just had HLD on here. Us Puerto Ricans will die for that. Boricua. Listen. They hyping this man up for no reason. Oh, we got the most Puerto Rican unified champion. Wait, what other we got the most unified Puerto Rican champ. Xander Zayas is in this for money. That remind me. Throw that out there. Errol Spence is about to get fucked up by Tim Tszyu. I watched the interview with him. Oh, my bad. I keep cursing. But listen, he in it for a money grab. It's a money grab. I gamble. Errol Spence about to lose. Xander Zayas, he's a good fighter. He's a good boxer, but he's straightforward with it. He ain't got no behind the back. Or like that's the difference between him and Boots. If you just counted their boxing abilities, yeah, they're about even. But the thing is, Boots is a hungry, prime black fighter. Nothing is about to stand in his way from getting this win. I think he can stop Xander Zayas. I think Xander Zayas being big and coming down in weight is going to mess with his energy. I think around the 7th, 8th round, I think Boots is going to take completely advantage of the fight. I think he's going to he's too quick, bro. He's too athletic. I think he's going to be dancing circles around Xander Zayas. Especially, I think Xander Zayas is going to control the first 2 to 3 rounds because his boxing ability, he's long. He's a little bigger than Boots. But what happens when you fight a fighter in their prime who's going to make you keep working? This ain't one of them bums that he's fought before. And I just seen Xander Zayas get popped and hurt a good couple times. People like, well, Boots gets hit a lot. Boots didn't get hurt. He was just getting smacked a lot because he was fighting a style of fight that wasn't his style. But you got him going to get somebody bigger than him he keep telling everybody, it's just a big target. You just a big ass target. Your head big as hell. And you just look the fat camp. Xander Zayas, Puerto Ricans, Boricua, Xander Zayas is going to win this fight. It's a 90-10. Put all y'all money on Xander Zayas. All of it. Make them odds so. I'm trying to tell y'all, Boots about to beat. Boots gonna touch both his butt cheeks with one hand. Both of them.
Lord child. Good buddy. I
appreciate the shit. Dana White taking over the fight game. Thank you for letting me get on and say my opinion.
Hey,
I'm about to take my draw. I really think I shit on myself.
I literally saved you for last, bro. I knew already, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Good buddy.
Bro. Good buddy.
My new favorite.
Thank you. I need to go take a shower. I'm serious about that. I shit on myself. I'm serious as hell.
Go watch ass. Go watch ass, man. I'll see you next time, brother.
Thank you.
Hey, bro.
Oh my God.
That's why.
That's
by
how
the way,
you do
that's why
it.
I saved. That's why I saved him for last. I saw him on there. I knew to do that. But shout out to good buddy. But you gotta keep your finger on that remove because you never know. It might go left. You know what I'm saying? So it's good until it ain't good. So I'm always ready. I always got.
Oh, he was
I always got my
respectful,
finger.
bro. He was respectful. He was
That
good.
went-
No, he
was
is.
good.
It's the second time he's been up here, and he turns up. He turns up. But I definitely keep my finger on the remove button because you just don't know. You see, Flyer lost it. Flyer said, "Get him out of here, Clay. Get him out of here. He's gonna kill your whole show." HLD said, "This guy's a son of prom queen, New Jack City. Lord child."
My God.
Hey, yo, HLD said, "Wait, what is it?" He said, "Damn, how the fuck he know my name? How he know me?"
I told you, he your neighbor, bro, in Crown Heights.
He lit, man. Good, yo. He's a caller of the year so far. He's very entertaining, bro. But he's also the takes are very good. And I'm be real with you. He convinced me, man.
Yeah, he convinced me too, bro. I'm even more convinced.
Yeah. People go, if you guys can look around, look outside of the crazy. Cut the crazy away. Don't let the crazy dissuade you. He gave a good take, bro. He gave good takes.
Hey, listen, man. I guess Boots' hand is pretty big because he said he was gonna slap both the cheeks with one hand.
Both. And he put a hand up. My guy said, "I gotta go take a shower, though." I'm like, "Go ahead, go wash your ass, man. That's crazy." He waited so long. He was squeezing it so long. He's like, "Ah, damn." But he got up and he got the message out there.
You just brought him up and got him up out of here. But
nah, it is what it is, man. I appreciate all you guys, man. You know what time it is. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it. The only take that matters. You already know how we carry it over here. We talk about this boxing, man. We covered a lot of things today. We covered Moses Itauma and Filip Hrgovic. We talked a little bit about Rolly Romero and Teofimo. We talked about Emiliano Vargas. I loved Khalid take on that one, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I loved his take, but I don't think that's a game plan with Emiliano. I think the zone is applying some pressure, and I think the top rank needs their young fighters to show up. So I don't know what's gonna be. I'm looking also at Abdullah Mason getting ready to fight next weekend. He's a WBO champion. I'm putting it in the air. Abdullah Mason's a big dude. They might leverage that WBO title if Shakur vacates, and you might see a fight for the title at 140. Abdullah Mason.
I mean, Tito Mercado out there looking for a new promoter.
You
So
agree with me.
you know, Tito Mercado's out there.
Watch my guy Sizzle. He did the Bernard Hopkins on my Puerto Rican take. No doubt. AO, HL, he went crazy. He went in. Right. That take was crazy. You can't even be mad at him, bro. He was saying some crazy shit. He was really hitting. That was a good take. He was giving very entertaining, man. Very good shit.
Very entertaining. That was great. That was great.
Thursday, we're gonna be covering.
Gotta go Zupa, man. It's Zupa Thursday. Gotta be Zupa Thursday. Break down the 50-50 card across the board. The only one that I'm not gonna say is 50-50 is the first one. But it could be 50-50 because we just watched that heavyweight fight between Ditchko and Fat Boy. Remember, Clay?
Right. But the matchmaking is good over there. That's the one thing about it. So even if you don't see it as 50-50, be ready for a 50-50 because it can go 50-50 because the matchmaking is that good. They see the intangibles. They see the things you don't see when they're making the matches. You're like, damn, I didn't even think I was going to be 50-50 and it be 50-50.
Yeah.
Or an upset.
Thursday is definitely Zupa. There's going to be some more clarity on a few other news things by then. I'm thinking by Thursday. Obviously July 4th's coming up, Clay. So, we're going to have to start kind of doing some preliminary talks on TNT and that whole debut. Guys, when you get a chance, though, I'm talking about you, Ray, and Clay, go check out Eddie Heard's interview from about while we were doing the show. He did it 2 hours ago.
I'm pretty sure you sent it to me already.
Bro, he's losing his fucking mind, Clay. He's losing.
Yuri fight.
You feeling some kind of way about this AJ Fury situation?
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude. I usually Eddie's pretty well put together, but I think this Turkey trying to, and maybe we'll discuss it, right? The Turkey trying to get everybody on the table and work together. But I think the one thing, and maybe I'm wrong on this, Clay, but if Zupa's main aces in the sleeves is I got $100 million coming from Paramount. Does anyone else have $100 million a year coming from anywhere?
That's what the problem is. It's a budget. It's a machine. That's why what they have to do is what the traditional space has to do is They have to take the year by making the best fights, and they have to convince the zone to open up the budget. That's what the game plan has to be. The game plan has to be have a killer year, biggest fights. We run boxing. You see how the fans supported, more subscribers, and the zone will be like, damn. And they're going to say, well, we need to keep our fighters, and we can't compete, bro. We need to be able to compete, or we're going to lose our fighters. Yeah. They got to convince the zone to go into that bag, bro.
Yeah.
They got to convince the zone to go into TNT and be like, TNT, we trying to do this. They got to figure it out. But all the promoters have, Angelo, is the ability to make the best fights. That's their weapon. They can't just keep hating on. It's kind of like the Democrats and Republicans. You guys keep on focusing on hating on the Republicans and be like, they bad. No, you need to come out with some policy, motherfucker. Offer policy that makes sense. And then you guys can get it back. Your game can't be fuck Donald Trump is your whole campaign. You have to offer something better. And that's what the zone needs to do. And I think I just hit that on nail. The zone has to offer something better. And not only to us, but to the network, to the zone. You have to offer something better because otherwise you're not going to be able to compete because Zuffa's coming in with a machine of money, bro. Okay. And they're going to literally you know what they're going to do? You got the ugly girl, you prettied her up, you got her teeth done, you got her to lose some weight, you got a booty done, you got her boobs done, but you ain't got no money to keep her. Then the baller came through and said, I appreciate everything you did for her, bro, but we'll take it from here. That's what's going to happen with Zuffa. They're going to take your pretty ladies and they're going to take them to Dubai.
Well, I mean, it's happening,
right? You ain't getting it back, bro.
You've been and you've been doing that analogy for so long, Clay, that people just haven't been listening.
Booty
but
girlfriend
look, Johnny Fisher had to wait till he was completely a free agent to finally actually say the truth, which is Zuffa offering me 6 to 7 times more than what Eddie's offering, but I'm gonna go ahead and wait to see if he can match it. Johnny Fisher already told you he's going to Zuffa unless Eddie, and Johnny Fisher is a guy that Eddie built up to 14-0, then put him in the ring against Dave Allen. Dave Allen knocked him out. And, his last fight, he won it. But that's what I'm saying is you got a 14-1 guy. You got Demazian Vanhouter, 12-0 with 9 knockouts. Don't you think that's a fair fight, Clay? If he getting paid 6 to 7 times more, he shouldn't be worried about fighting Demazian, right? Am I bugging?
No, he's not going to be worried. But he's not, because he's going to get clipped anyway. He knows what it is. He knows the truth. He's going to get clipped anyway. You might as well come over and get clipped with some money because you ain't going to make it past Moses or G. Caballel, all them crazy motherfuckers. Johnny Fisher ain't going up in there doing none of that. No, bro. Johnny Fisher is destined to be clipped. The question is, will you get some money out of it? Shout out to Dank Father says not to get shitted on their chest. Yeah, man, when the girls go to Dubai, they don't come back, bro. Whether it's because of humiliation or it's because, you know what I mean? If your girl, I'm going to tell you right now, a billionaire offer your girl a whole bunch of money to come to Dubai, move on, bro. Cry, anyway, you move on. It's over with. She's gone.
I never really got to comment on this Tucker Uri fight, and I definitely wanted to touch on that really fast.
Go ahead.
I was asked earlier about it, and I said that I think they're pulling this guy up. By pulling him up from to 160, it makes a difference. But it's okay because Tucker needs a win. I think he has a tough fight. I think this may be the win they give him. Be clear what I said. They give him. I think it's a tough fight. And don't be surprised if he gets his jaw dropped in this fight by Uri because he's a puncher and he's the taller fighter with range. So things could happen.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the DR for that one, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. 60 plus people in the building. Hit the like button. Support the grind. Subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Rain. It's your boy Claymore Rain. It's your boy Ray Davis. It's your boy Angelo Reyes. It's at ATP Combat Media. And at the end of the day, at this point, we out.
Yeah, gotta aim for the top like, hold up. Yeah, I can never doubt myself, I know better. All of you critics be acting like you know better. Blowing the smoke, but I know when the dust settles that I'm in my element. It's evident that there's levels to the game. All of those dark nights I got then, breaking my back to make it out, got me feeling like rain. I ain't never need your help, I know you wishing me well. A penny for your thoughts, but seeing no change. I snap for the sun like Diddy. The richest got a mad ass son, I'm like Billy. I ain't never switch up, whole team with me. Putting on for my city like OAGZ. Set the pace as long as you finish. Consumers find a way inside your business. Babylon, they tried to dabble in it and they hate the fact that they may have to witness.